All right. Good evening, everyone. Let's see. Let me make sure my stuff is set up. Let me get my camera on. Benjamin, what's going on, man? How are you doing? Camera should be on. Let's go to just chatting. Check my camera real quick. Looks like it's all good. Awesome. Awesome. All right. And Jason, what's going on, man? How are you? And let's see. Playing games. And does Pillars of Eternity? Pillars of Eternity does show up. Excellent. And there we go. Oh. Did you get some good rest? It was okay. There's a lot going on in my house right now, so it wasn't as much rest as I would have liked, but it was decent. It was all right. I got no complaints. Damas, what's going on, man? How are you? I forgot to look at the memory. Pillars. What am I missing? I refuse to just wander around aimlessly for this. Oh, Hall of Presence. Okay. It's in the Hall of Presence. So let's go there. Made myself breakfast for dinner. It's delicious. I'm actually one of those type of guys who loves breakfast for dinner. So that sounds right up my alley. What you got going on? Pancakes? Chorizo. I'm actually a huge chorizo fan too. Chorizo, egg, and cheese is amazing together. I like toasted buns. Also made some good porridge and some bagels with cream cheese. So I'm a fan of chorizo, egg, vegetables, and what's it called? Potatoes. Potatoes. I'm a big fan of potatoes. Oh. Here we go. Is this it? Let's go over here. Uh-huh.
Smells like an ocean
Just
breeze.
add bacon
We've
and
got to
eggs
be
for lunch as
close.
well. Nice. That's awesome.
It's here. The salt well.
In the room is a pool. It's small, but deep enough that you can't see the bottom. The glassy surface almost looks frozen. So does Manea. She stands rooted in place, staring at it.
You know, I thought it'd be bigger.
And I thought you'd be diving in by now.
Ugh. You know how when you've been thinking about something so long, you're worried that when you finally get it, it won't be what you expected?
Oh, there you go. See, I'm a skillet guy. Like when I go for breakfast somewhere, I like getting the skillets where they mix the potatoes and the eggs and meat and vegetables and cheese all together. That's definitely my thing. Uh, what's going on, Isler? I'm watching you at work right now because I'm being a naughty boy. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Hope work is going okay so far. She tugs at one of her bracelets.
I mean, for all we know, that thing's just filled with leeches.
You're stalling.
Don't remind me.
Your memory of the mind shaped you. Discarding it may change you more than you intend. Memories of penance, far misdeeds. You have no right to forget the massacre. What if your memory of the massacre has prevented you from committing a serious? What if your memory of the massacre has prevented you from committing a similar crime?
That was my soul, but it wasn't me. I was a different person, shaped by a different past. I don't think I could do anything so awful now.
Her hands are clenched in front of her and her brows furrowed in determination. Despite it all, she sounds like she's asking a question. And this memory has shaped you and taught you restraint. Without it, you might choose differently. You said before you could feel the rage that drove your past self. How can you be sure you aren't capable of similar violence? Yeah, we'll choose the first one. And this memory has shaped you and taught you restraint. Without it, you might choose differently.
I was afraid you'd say something like that.
She stares at the well for several seconds. Yep, I agree, Michael. I'm glad you're able to make the stream. Yeah, skillets are amazing. It's pretty basic, to be honest. If I go out for Bricky, either get the big breakfast or eggs Benedict, depending on how hungry I am. Yep, sounds like a good choice to me.
My parents always said that anything that seems too good to be true probably is. You spend so much time searching for a way to fix what's broken. You don't see that the fixing would only break something else.
She kicks a pebble into the pool. It falls in without so much as a ripple.
Only one thing left to do.
She looks back at you. What's that? Manea pulls a rolled cloth bundle out of her pack. You recall seeing it earlier. She snaps the leather cords that bind it and unfolds it to reveal a wine bottle.
Took this from the Marcheso's cellar the night I was awakened. One of the finest vintages there. Been saving it to celebrate my new start. I think it's time to open it.
She jams a knife into the cork and twists it out with a squeaking pop. A lush, jammy aroma wafts from the bottle. She holds it under her nose and breathes deeply. She puts the bottle to her lips and tilts it back. After a long, slow drink, she smacks her lips.
A few years past its peak. Good thing we're enjoying it now.
She swirls the wine in the bottle before holding it out to you. Take a drink.
The best burdens are the ones you share.
Manea passes you the bottle. An unpleasant sharpness has crept into the wine, but it's an enjoyable draught all the same. Together, you finish the bottle.
Time to make some good memories.
She wipes her mouth with the back of her hand. All right, so let's see. What does she gain? Satisfied mind. +2 to resolve. Look at you. And resolve was kind of low, so that helps her a bit. Just a wee bit. Okay. I usually go for skillets when I'm having breakfast at a restaurant. Awesome. Unless it's a place that has amazing omelets. My mother and I go out for breakfast a lot since I work the graveyard shift. Is what we did for both our birthdays this year, in fact. Nice. That makes sense. Makes sense. Awesome. Yeah. I've always, in fact, I think I'm a skillet guy because my father's a skillet guy now that I think about it. So I guess I did get it from my parents. It's been a couple of weeks since I've seen my folks. Now that I think about it, I probably should make time to do that soon. I'm pretty good at making omelets, but I never get them if I go out. I prefer French style omelets, and most breakfast places make American style. I think that's one of the advantages for me of not being someone who cooks. I don't judge the cooking that I could potentially receive. I feel like anytime you're deep into something, it makes you a lot more critical of it, right? Because you understand what quality means. You understand how this should be made. And so it becomes harder for you to just enjoy things. I think I feel that way about YouTube sometimes, to be honest with you. Like now that I'm much more involved in creating videos and I have a greater understanding of what goes into that, now when I watch other people's videos, I know what good quality should mean, and it makes me appreciate a lot more when I see videos that made me go, "Oh man, that this is really really well made." But I think it also becomes harder to appreciate just regular old videos that maybe I'd be comfortable sitting down watching before. But now I'm like, now when I see it and I see things that I feel like should have been addressed or dealt with, it makes me feel like the creator is lazy. And so it becomes harder for me to enjoy the video overall. Lady Sidrock leaves a stronghold. Somebody's arrived on a business matter? Interesting. 8 days, 1 hour. Interesting. Okay, I'll come back to him. Okay, first you. The porridge was really good thing I figured out. Whole milk instead of water, a little butter, a little cream, cheese, a spoonful of peanut butter, some cocoa, cinnamon, and raspberries. And then cream of wheat once it's all cooked and boiled together. That sounds fantastic. Absolutely, that sounds fantastic. I think one of the bounties I'm looking for is over in this direction. And turns out, no, it's not. Let me check this real quick. Lair of the Eyeless, the Forgotten Army. What's the Forgotten Army? Reach Karen's Guard. Right, okay. So those are both the same thing. Got it. Brent got it. Oh, so we've got all the bounties already. Okay, cool. So then this is it. Yeah, for sure. My parents put a lot of effort in bringing me up to appreciate quality food. I cannot stand most fast food as a result. Probably a good thing for my health, to be honest, since I'm super lazy. Jeff, what's going on, man? How are you? Three, how are you, man? What's going on? Reminds me of the TV tropes mono. TV tropes will ruin your life because once you're aware of the tropes, everything you consume just looks like a pile of moving parts. Yep, exactly. Exactly. All right. And now we enter into what might very well be the hardest fight in the game. I don't remember whether or not this is harder than console hot. So it may or may not be, but if I remember correctly, regardless, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a show enough fight. Jeff, you're almost off work? Awesome.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Moonlight, what's going on? How are you? I got in Slandered land, we got no complaints except dealing with this alpine dragon. We'll see how that goes. The dragon turns his head to look at you. Its red eyes are clouded like dirty ice, and its sides heave with labored breaths. Frosty plums jet between its teeth.
Leave now.
The only sound the dragon makes is a hoarse growl, but you hear it as clearly as if it were spoken language. The beast bares its teeth. Perception, you look ill.
I can still peel the flesh from your bones.
The dragon coughs, spattering the ice with crimson droplets. You see something femoral shape stuck between its teeth. Perception, you're barely staying on your feet. I don't want to say that. Intellect, if you wanted to kill me, you'd have tried already.
Careful. I killed the last wanderer I found in these parts.
Did you eat Igadar, the young man by the road?
Was that the rodent's name? I only know that he tasted mealy and lean.
The dragon probes the leg bone with its tongue. Hot take, Deadfire is a better game. You know, I don't remember Deadfire well enough to know whether or not I consider it a better game than Pillars of Eternity. I appreciated. I think the multi-class features of it were definitely better. It's not even available here, so that was really cool. You could actually romance your party members, which I definitely appreciate. But I seem to remember feeling like the party members aren't written as well as they are here, and I don't. And I felt like the end of the story, it didn't end well, but I don't remember how I felt about the overall journey. So after I finish Pentiment, we're definitely getting into Pillars of Eternity 2, so we'll be able to make the comparison. Have you tried challenging Alpine Dragon to a slalom? I can't say that I thought about taking up that option. Miguel, what's going on? Glad you were able to make the stream. How are you? I hear they can't resist fresh powder. Stop it. Intellect, wait, were you his soul twin?
While he lived, his suffering became mine. And as he drew closer, his weakness infected my essence. I can never be strong while a soul twin of mine lives.
I take it you've been through this before.
Since I was a worm, sudden fits of agony and terror would paralyze me. I was a prisoner to experiences that weren't mine.
The dragon's tail slowly coils and uncoils.
Eventually, I noticed something similar in my fellow hatchlings. I felt their cries and shrieks become mine as they nipped and flew at one another.
How did you become linked with your siblings?
I don't waste my time with the mysteries of souls, what sunders them and how the turning of the wheel apportions them. What matters is power, survival. I killed as many of the other hatchlings as I could. I felt their pain, but I also felt parts of their souls become mine.
Its slitted pupils widen at the memory.
I slaughtered and devoured, and the scent of blood drove my siblings into a frenzy. Our nest became a maelstrom of chaos as we fought, dying and feeding together. At last, Only a handful of us were left. We were sickened by all we'd consumed and suffered.
The spines along his head flattened. Lore. I'd heard of rare instances in which soul twins could absorb one another's essence.
Then you understand my choice. Vanquish or perish.
Its eyes flicker.
I eventually hunted down some of my missing siblings. Others returned to me in other skins and other lives, as that boy did.
Deadfire has the sea shanties. I forgot about those. Yeah, those are really cool. Really, really cool. Killing your soul twins was wrong. Your reasons don't change that. Something churns noisily in the dragon's stomach.
As interesting as this conversation has been, I've had enough of it.
The dragon picks at his teeth with a claw and finally pops the leg bone free. It chews on the morsel, its eyes fixed on you. Might. Don't start a fight you can't win, dragon. It looks at you, still crunching and splintering the bone beneath its teeth. Finally, it swallows the jagged mess.
Yet what will you offer me if I let you go?
It lowers its head to peer at you. I'll spare your life, worm. Yeah, we're not making any deals.
I tire of your bravado. If you can offer me nothing better, then at least you'll satisfy my hunger.
All right, here we go. So. Ooh, he's immune to paralyzed, not immune to prone. He's resistant to prone, though. Do I start with you or do I start with your buddies? I'm gonna go with starting with your buddies. Yep. Let's go ahead and see how that works. You. Backline. You. This is, what does it do? Prone, right? It's successful prone. Let's see if we can, how close does he have to be for this? 6 meters, range 6 meters, as opposed to this, right? Like 8 meters. Oh, that's petrified. That's not paralyzed. That's not the same thing. Let's see if we can get some of this petrification going on. Yeah, let's do that. And is that everybody? Yeah, we'll actually do with him some too. All right, let's go. Oh, and they come from behind as well. That's not good. 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 Okay. She's all the way up there. All right, it just is what it is. She's already up there. You move here. You, yeah, also move here. He's doing that. All right. Okay, so they're both experiencing the raise. What do I want you to do? Actually, here. Is that Durant's? Durant's.
My mind.
Memory of your treatment of supplicant is fading and your reputation has recovered. That's interesting. There we go. Attack him. You. What is that? Stunned. All right, you're not doing anything while you're stunned, clearly. She. Who is it? Palagina. Ice Blight. Come on. Is he? Okay, he is. Deal with all those. We really need him dealt with in some sort of way. Can he? Is paralyzed? Is he immune? He's immune to paralyzed, right? All right. Actually, you need more health. Okay, that helps. They're all dead now. Okay, now you. Bam, 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 bam. Petrified. Petrification. There we go. Do that. You should almost be done. No, you're stunned now. Great. Bum, 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 and psychic backlash. Bunch of psychic backlash. Still no petrification. Da 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 da. Let's give it another whirl. Why not? Okay, so these other guys. Okay, so these two guys are not petrified, but that guy is. Oh, you're at. God dog it. What was I doing? Let's go ahead and use this. And you've already used that. Fine. Why aren't you here? And this specter back here is annoying. What are you doing? What is that? Let's turn on minor avatar. Still nothing. Still nothing. All right, this dude is just not gonna go down easy. You. I need you to stop picking on my back line. You heal yourself. You. Okay, and then you also, Eder, and Eder. Oh, you can't. Here, you can go back over there. Bam, bam. Oh, you know, we could. Oh, okay. Woo! Look at all of you. You know what? Do that again. Excellent. All right. Bam, bam. Paralyzation doesn't work, so I actually just keep attacking. You. What do we want you to do? Do you have minor avatar? Okay, you've got minor avatar now. So you know what? Let's just go bonkers on you. He's still attacking. He's still doing what he's gonna do. This is you, right? Grieving. No, that's grieving mother. Oh yeah. So he needs to get in on this action. Oh, when he's not. Okay, now it's just him, and he is injured. He's about to drop a hammer on you. Heal yourself first, actually. You could do that. Fine. You. Is he affected? He's not affected by anything right now, so let's do this. And you, let's do this. Come on. So, Console's Crushing Doom was working on him. Yep, do that. This gives you health, right? Yep, 50%. That's fine. What is Duran's doing? Good Lord. If I don't do things manually with him, he just has no idea what to do. Let's... There we go. Give that freezing rake to him. Why is Olaf getting closer? Stop. Actually, oh wait. Actually, no. Give him another one of them hammers. Is that what I? That's what I want to see. Okay. Let's drop something brutal. You know, we're going to do a little bit of this. That's fine. You just keep attacking. Why aren't you attacking? What's the problem? You're not generating any focus whatsoever. Neither one of you. Come on now, y'all. This is not the time for y'all to be slow about things. Okay, that worked. So let's get that. Okay. Bam, bam. Bam, boom, boom. Oh, you know what? He is not immune to weakened and terrified, right? He's immune to terrified but not weakened, but he already has weakened. You know what? Actually, what does this do? Scintillating wall of many current, raw damage, burn, petrified. You know what? Yeah. Let's get the wall going. Here you go. Stand in the midst of that. Yeah. This is gonna work. This is gonna work. I just need a little bit more out of y'all. Just need a little bit more. I guess you do stay back. I need you to do something else damage-wise. Here, do some more of this. All right. She's still doing that. Are you missing? Are you not at? Thank you. And there we go. Yeah, that was 10 times easier than console hot. I mean, it was brutal, but definitely way easier than console hot. Whoo! All right. Giggling at you. I told you have a past life. You can find out what you were from hundreds of years ago by touching the soul index. Recording my character's abandoned. He touched the index, was apparently abandoned back then. What are the odds? That's awesome. 3. All these dragon, I always remember it was always a pain. Yeah, that was rough, but not as rough as console hot. Come on now. Especially with my unhelpful AI. You had to do everything manually. The real reason I like Deathfire more is because I am not nearly good enough to micromanage real time with pause. I hate that aspect of this game. The AI is really poor. And there's honestly no way around it. That is definitely something I do not like about this game. As much as I enjoy this game, that's definitely a legitimate issue. Blackfish, what's going on? How are you? Glad you're able to make the stream.
Keen ears.
Let's see. And Saber Marine, Black Sanctuary, Ryona's Van Braces, and some coin. So did that complete the quest? Just want to be sure. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, no, we still got Bleak Oath. I forgot about that. Head to the mill in the Deer Ford. Yep. Okay, fine. I'll deal with that. Woo! All of my people are beat up, but I doubt these Bleak Walkers are going to pose much of a threat. So we'll go ahead and deal with that first. Then we'll go back to the crib, rest, get some nice bonuses, turn in all those bounties and this Bleak Walker quest. And then we're off to what I believe is the final part of White March 2. And are you telling me I can't get out that way? Okay, let's go up a little bit further. No problem. Go out this way. Okay. Deerford Village. Got to head up to the mill. And where is the mill? Where's the mill? Which one is the mill? That's Temple of Barra. Ah, here we go. Oh, that's right. And I got to head back to the crib anyway because there's some people I need to deal with. Assign to you. If ignored. Pay off. There we go. Salmar the Shackler. Some sort of slaver at my crib. Oh, can't have that. And bam. Okay. I don't remember at all how this conversation goes, but we'll see. Ooh. Confront the paladins. Put the blade down, boy. You scarcely know how to hold it. Hey, help me, please. They're insane. One of the paladins takes a step to the side, swiveling to face you and Eska both. He sizes you up with a lazy sweep of the eyes. Well, who's this? Ah, the foreigner. You have to wait your turn. We have a contract to wrap up. Step away from him. Has the lad's plight stirred your heartstrings? Word is the Deerwoods played you like a flute. I saw some of your handiwork back in Whitestone Hollow. You hear Eska gasp. Sylvestin glances at him, a quiet smile forming on his face. Nasty piece of business, that, but it's what the client wants. Eska here can tell you Kithup and Starward love their petty feuds, forever at each other's throats. Add a little Durgan steel into the mix and you have a great many jealous neighbors. But if a nice family like this one ends up on pikes, maybe they'll sit down to discuss things the next time around. You're insane. Might. A show of force impresses like nothing else. Thought if anyone would know that, it'd be you, big guy. These sadistic games are beneath your order. What would you know about it? You're not one of us. You ever been in any kind of siege? I took down the torn bannermen. You notice the two paladins behind Sylvestin exchanging looks. Sylvestin follows your gaze. For an instant, his posture seems tense. Ooh, well. A little bit of our past history coming back to be of service in a conversation. Any fool can inflict violence without purpose. Don't you start. What purpose was there in letting two families snap at each other for decades? I put an end to it. Do your friends agree, Sylvestin? Silence follows. The paladins only look at you disdainfully. Sylvestin laughs and gives a mocking shrug. Focus on the intruder. We'll kill the son after. So wait, y'all think he's trash and are still gonna allow him to order you into your deaths, huh? Oh, that seems real bright. And look at that. I'm already at 60 focus. Boop, boop, boop. Whoa. I don't appreciate the way you went past them and got it right in front of me. Whoa, wait a minute. I don't think I appreciate the way this is going at all. Period, on any level. Why are none of these people dead or dying? Okay, he's dead. Now, Sylvestin keeps getting his health back, so maybe he's especially difficult to take down. We'll focus on this guy instead. Okay, that guy's dead. You know what? Leave Sylvestin and deal with this guy. Yep, he's down on his knees. Yeah. All right, now him. He's rings. What he gonna do? Yeah. And in the meantime, we gonna set Sylvestin up to take a real beating. Boom. Yep. All right, Eder. Make sure you position nicely for this. There we go. And you, do something. You shouldn't be just standing around. Come on now. If that wasn't all that great. There we go. And that's a wrap. Eska stares at the fallen paladins. The dagger trembles in his hand. They told me that they killed my parents. Is that true? I'm sorry, Eska. I feel his heart breaking. This is a wound that does not heal. I never believed Kern could stoop to this. That rotten bastard. Eska turns his head away, fists clenched. You hear a stifled sob. Kern sent me. He didn't intend for anyone to get killed. Who cares what he intended? I'm going to see to it he regrets everything he's done. Revenge is what started all of this. I'm going to finish all of this too. Here. I am grateful you saved me. I am. I just wish you'd turned up sooner. Seriously? We don't get the opportunity to try to talk some sense into the kid? And so the violence continues.
This I haven't seen before.
Ooh. Hey. I couldn't sense that before, huh? All right. Why don't I have the door? There we go. Okay. So now we're back home. Talk to the shackler guy. Find out what he needs. Rest. Get all the rest of my the equipment that I've gained from the quest I've had different party members do. And then it's back off to finish the White March. Where is Cad Noah? Cad Noah. Mm-hmm. Pause. I'm here.
Gelade, well done. A formidable fortress in the old style. We don't build them like this anymore, you know.
Hey,
Not by the sea.
I
Too vulnerable to cannons.
I completely agree, Damas. Always appreciate when games give me that opportunity. Let's see. Do I should have 4 of the camping supplies, so that shouldn't be a problem. That's one of the main things I loved about playing as an Azada in Pathfinder. You get to deal with slavers. You get to wipe out slave market completely. Love that part of the game. All right, let's see what's up with you. Do we get the opportunity to slit your throat, and how's this going to work? At last, I'm here. I'm glad you're here, my lord. My name is Solmar. I have a matter of some importance to discuss if you have the time. Very well, let's hear it. You gesture for your allies to join you and take your place upon your throne. I'll cut to the meat of it. I have a dozen Orland slaves in port at Garara. Good, healthy stock that will fetch a fine price in Exmotil if I can get a ship up the coast. That's the tricky part. I haven't got the coin to stock a ship for the whole journey, not without docking at a Deerwood port along the way and run the risk of having my goods seized. Really, these Deerwood laws are completely impractical for any honest merchant traveling outside of Defiance Bay. I hope you could be of some assistance. You're not originally from the Deerwood, I hear, so surely you understand. I'd like a moment to discuss this with my people. Of course, of course. Solmar inclines his head politely and steps out of earshot. Hirevalius, I want you to head down to Girara and see if you can free those slaves. I would love to. It gives me something to do with my hands while I plot this man's painful death. Mostly for your guest to return. Have you come to a decision? Lie. I need some time to look into the matter. Return to Garara and I will send word. Of course, I appreciate you taking the time. I'll await your letter. Pleased, Solmar bows slightly and turns to stride from the hall. And that's done. Okay, awesome. Now, leave stronghold. What's this? Release. Herbias is going to take care of it. And let's go ahead and pick up this stuff. Excellent. All right. That was definitely the high point of the Azada run. It reminded me of the story of Alexander the Great and the horse thieves. I'm not familiar with that story. What is that story? Those paladins you killed were bleak walkers, right? They never abandoned the contract. Even in their employees tell them to knock it off. That encounter was never going to end well. Oh, that's the way they work. Okay. I was about to say, y'all know y'all know this is bogus, but y'all just gonna keep going with it anyway? Come on now. I just told you I know all about war. And let's get some of this rest. And we'll add, what do we want? Minor dexterity? I guess we'll add some dexterity. Sure, rest with the craft bonus. Awesome. Okay, go ahead and save. Is the Deerwood the only place where slavery is illegal? In Pillars of Eternity world, it sounds like it. Certainly seems like he feels he could do business everywhere else but here. Makes me proud to be here. Don't worry, bruh. We're going to relieve you of all them thoughts. You ain't going to have to worry about your goods no more. Is the ending near? Technically, the ending is near. I don't know how long it's going to take to finish White March Part 2. So I believe this K-Run Scar is the final area of White March 2, but I don't know how long it takes for me to get through it. And then once we finish this, we're doing the end game portion of Pillars of Eternity. So We probably won't get the ending today, but we should definitely get the ending by next session, if nothing else.
I'll see what I can find.
Let's see. Yeah, see, this little small area makes me think that there's a lot to this place. Yeah, see, look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all that.
Once more I am called upon to set right the gods' transgressions. It has become a tiring refrain.
You love it. All right, nothing more we can do here. Oh, here, hold on. Close that. Excellent. All right. Is my... Yes, okay, that's still right. Mm-hmm. What? Oh, I couldn't even see that. I was like, where the heck are you going? What are you doing? But now it all makes sense. Okay, you. Nice. Nice.
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places.
Whoever this was, he's been long dead, where remains of the flesh is blackened and frozen solid. Touch the corpse. So thieves stole Alexander's horse. Not realizing the horse was also basically his childhood friend. So he burned their whole kingdom to the ground until they returned the horse. Yeesh! That's rough. I agree, Durant. Yo, Keith, what's going on, man? Glad you're able to make it. How are you? This crater worries you and your 3 companions. It feels wrong, tainted, but the lure of riches is stronger. That giant rock in the center of the lake might contain gold, gems, more. It took a week of back-breaking labor, but the boat is finished. It might not be entirely watertight, but it'll be enough to get you across the lake and back. You set off from shore, the icy wind filling the sail. Sadon grins at you. He expressed the most doubt that the boat would float. A moment later, he's gone, barely managing a scream as a gigantic tentacle yanks him from the boat and under the water. More tentacles emerge from the water. The air is filled with the sound of cracking and splintering wood as the boat gets pulled apart. You dive into the water without a second thought and begin swimming madly for shore, hoping your friends are doing the same. Your heavy furs weigh you down, but by some miracle you make it to the land. You hear a burbling sound and look up to see one of the fish people, a Lagwafath, standing over you, its spear raised. You rise to your knees, your hands raised, showing you have no weapons, that you pose no threat. The Lagwafath makes the sound again. Wait, you start to say, but the creature drives its spear deep into your chest before you can say anything else. Mercifully, the agony is brief before the world fades. Rough. That's what we're trying to get to. So wait here.
If secrets whisper
Uh-huh.
here, I shall listen for them.
Oh, he was part of the crew. He just didn't realize his homies was getting lit up.
If secrets whisper here,
Who was doing all that yard? Doom, 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 doom.
Laying low.
Gotta remember my medication. Okay. Stop all that. What? Oh, the Ondrites. Okay, fine. Yeah, we'll deal with you. Whoa! I do not like what they just did to Eder. That was not cool. I don't not like the fact that the rest of y'all are not attacking. What is happening? Terrible things are happening. Let's do that. Let's also do that. Yeah, and then the rest is whatever. There we go. Eder, move up a little bit more. There you go. Palagina. You deal with that. Slandered. You also attack. All of y'all attack. You. Fanatic Wizard. Fanatic Priest. We're going to do the Wizard, actually. Woo! I like that sound. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Woo! Dealing with console hop was well worth it.
This thing isn't doing the
There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Well, after that, it's been a long day with visiting family tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Take care, Argo. Have a good one. Hope things go well with your family tomorrow.
Certainly.
All right.
I shall be discreet.
I shall be discreet. Right, this is where we're trying to go, right? Okay. Hence, or anyone who steals or harms the furry friends should be dealt with in a severe, swift and severe manner, till they have repented from their heretic ways. Sounds about right, apparently. All right. Whoa. What is going on here? Freeze you. You. Go up here. There we go. Let the melee guys deal with it. Where did this lone dog come from? That was weird. Okay. No problem, Moonlight. Take care. Glad you're able to make the stream. Don't worry. I'll be, well, you know what? No, I won't be on Deadfire that soon. I've still got to deal with Pentiment first. But we definitely should be playing Deadfire sometime this year. Whole bunch of people. Let's get some AoE going here. I like some, actually, you know, we're going to start with this. And you know what? He's going to do some of this, too. There we go. You come on out here. Yep, there we go. Woo. You come on out here. Run. Take care, Benjamin. Have a good one. I'll be there to watch. Thanks for the light. Looking forward to it, man. Ooh. Oh, Master Diamoto. There we go. Actually, we're gonna go all the way there. Yep. Right choice. There we go. Excellent. Take all that. Take all
I'll
that.
see what I can find.
A simple test.
Trap.
A simple test.
Excellent. Cold water drips from the roof of this yurt and puddles in the hearth.
And the fire shows me something.
Right here. And the fire shows me something new. Fish bones lie among the coals. Someone carved a swirling crescent into the bench. This yurt reeks of stale sweat. There's only one bedroll inside. Yeesh. All them people? And there's only one bedroll? The yurt is empty before a few heavy bread rolls. That DLC. Phantom, what's going on? How are you? That DLC is hard as balls. What DLC? You talking about White March, what we playing through? Nah, I've almost conquered this. We are almost done, sir. Okay, what do I want to do from here? I guess we'll go this way. Boom, 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 boom. Yep, White March. Yeah. Yeah, some of it. You just missed I did the fight against the dragon in the cave. That was pretty cool. Okay, do that. You do this. You do this. You 21 in the cloud. That's a little too far. We'll go ahead and do this. We'll do this. Oh, nope, that was a bad move, too. Grieving Mother, Eder. Eder, come out further. And then you keep attacking. Uh-huh. There you go. Come on all the way here, Eder. No, Eder, come out further. Come out further. There we go. Now you here and you. Oh, there we go. Yeah, do that. Mm-hmm. Eder, once again. Eder, once again. There we go. Very nice. Damn, browser froze. Abandoning my monk playthrough. Early game as a Forbidden Fruit subclass is brutal. Yeah, that didn't sound like something that would be fun.
Nice and quiet.
I could tell from your description that nope, I'm gonna let him take one for
Certainly.
the team on that one, and I'll just hear about how it went. I'm not doing that for myself. Right. Yeah, I agree, Phantom. That subclass is not what's up. We're gonna do a little bit of this, and then we'll also do some of no. Some of that. And actually, we'll try to knock you prone as well. We'll do the whole shebang. Prone is being suppressed, but paralyzation is not. Why is Durant's not attacking? There we go. Excellent.
Margaret's fire casts light in dark.
The dragon designs and Pillars of Eternity are on point for sure. That White March one was super creepy. Absolutely. Especially when you add the dragon, the voice to it. Very, very well done. Well, this doesn't look cool. We'll do that. He's doing what he's supposed to. She's doing what she's supposed to, at least on some level. You're not doing what you're supposed to. They are not immune to weaken. We're going to go ahead and put some weaken on all of y'all. And, yep, that works now. Okay. Prone is suppressed, but paralyzed is not. That's fine. This will work for now. You... You know, actually... Why aren't you doing anything? What is your problem, sir? My God, does it really have to get that close to use the rake? That is unfortunate. First, let's let you get back. And second of all, drop that. Do we want to drop that hammer? You're prone for 1.3 seconds. Are we all attacking the same person? Because that's what should be happening, but it doesn't feel like that's what's happening. Let's get to that, shall we? Jesus, that thing is not working properly. Here, actually, that. Okay, you, Eder. There we go, Eder. Yeah. You. There we go. There we go. We're hitting 2 birds, 1 stone right now. Okay, now. Nope, that's not gonna work. Actually, here. There. That's 1 of them down. Let's get another 1 of them down. That's 2 of them down. Okay. Now you, injured. Both of them are injured. This one is closer. Let's do that one first. Yep. Heal yourself. Instead of focusing on that, we're gonna, there we go. Yep. And actually, we'll do this one then. And you do the same thing except on this one. Hopefully there are no other creatures there. Yeah, there we go. Very nice. Did she use it? She did, and it did virtually nothing. Good Lord. All right, let's continue on. Let's see, what's this? There we go. Tear them apart. Come on. Sheesh. Can you tell me why they...
Seems other abominations lie at the depths.
Certainly.
Why they bunch all them people together like that? I do not appreciate that at all.
Eyes open.
Good Lord. But the brutality, the mechanics, the lower role playing is interesting, but not worth it. The planks have been peeled from the bow of this old fishing boat. Okay, and we've already went to the edge over there. So actually, we should go around the other way first. Making a corpse eater barbarian, I'm wondering if my companions will mention my tentacles. Whoa. Oh, crap. I didn't think there was anything over there. Whoa, no. Let's go over here first. Okay. Paralyzed. Excellent. And I think we'll just go ahead and do things the old-fashioned way. Oh, no. Just as soon as she ran out of... What is that? A Revenant vessel. Where the hell did that come from? What did we do that causes a Revenant vessel to come across? To come around? That's interesting. Yeah. This one. That's one. Paralyzed for just a little bit longer. Let's try some more paralyzation. Boom. Yep. You should be attacking, sir. Every little bit helps. And there we go. But now, Pasca is one of my favorite monks. Nothing like starting to fight high as a junkie with Rogue as a multi-class.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
It's such a shame the Forbidden Fist is really icky like that. In lore, their martial arts corrupts their very souls, but they still use it for good.
Certainly.
Now that is interesting lore. You, paralyzation. Paralyze you too. There we go. Okay. You focus on that. Oh, come on. No. Fine. You go here. There we go. No. Woo! As soon as I did that. Come on. Everybody should be attacking. What is going on? Halogena again. Woo! Someone is getting demolished right now. Yeah, that was hard to watch. All right, we're definitely gonna have to rest after this. Okay, and can we petrify you? And her. Excellent. A little bit more. And there we go. Excellent. You could just make out the blurred shape of an eyeless behind the ice.
Certainly.
All right. What are your thoughts on Rogue Trader being turn-based only? I think we're going up against vessels, right? I'm fine with it as long as that means, in comparison to Pathfinder, we are going to have less combat encounters. That's my main concern with turn-based games, where they throw like a ton of combat encounters at you still, and it takes forever for you to get through them. A good example of that, in my opinion, is Expeditious Rome, a game that I thoroughly enjoy, had a really cool story, really cool take on history, all that stuff, but it was turn-based. Combat encounters took forever, and they threw a ton of combat encounters at you. Like, it was just constant. And I really did not enjoy that part of it. I felt like they should have done a much better job of trying to reduce the amount of combat. God dog it. Reduce the combat encounters in observance of the fact that it was a turn-based game, and that just did not happen at all. So if Rogue Trader does that, if it says, okay, since this is a turn-based game, we're not going to have them in combat encounters everywhere they turn, then hey, that's cool. You know, Solasta is, to me, the example of a game that handled turn-based really, really well, where it's all turn-based combat, but at the same time, all of the combat encounters are very purposeful. So even though combat goes a little bit slower because everybody's taking a turn, every time you're in combat, it feels like a set piece. Even the ones that are technically like random encounters, it doesn't even feel that bad because you could tell the care that went into it. It always feels like there's a reason why you're in combat right now. And I really, really appreciated that. As opposed to Pathfinder, where oftentimes, you know, there's just enemies hanging around and it doesn't really feel like it's purposeful necessarily. It's just throwing more combat opportunities at you. If you're going to have a game like that, I want real time with pause so I can get through those encounters as quickly as possible. And I saw there are several people who said that you really can't do the game in real time with pause if you play on like core, but that's not really true. Like once you get to, I would say like level 8, you're good. You're good, and you can go ahead and play the game normally. Still, anyone short on grace and balance? Oh crap. Okay, well I just literally just got through resting, so I'm not interested in having to do that again. So we'll go this way. Are they still sneaking? No. Okay, cool. So, you know, as things stand, I'm good with it, especially since I heard that the Rogue Trader mechanics are really better in turn-based anyway, and it's really meant for turn-based. So everything that I'm hearing makes me feel like this is going to be good for the game, which is all I want. I just want to be able to play great games at the end of the day. It's even better when you have that gear that gets you better stats when you're drunk, so you're not only high, but you're also drunk. Yeah, absolutely. The monk could be a great time. I'm just not a monk playstyle kind of guy. Dustin, what's going on, man? Glad you're able to make the stream. I'm doing all right. How are you? LT, what's going on? Yeah, long time no see. How are you, man? Glad you're able to make the stream. Oh, was this here we go. I was about to say, was that last fight the fight we had right around that corner over there so brutal because it was basically the last one? Why aren't you doing this? There we go. And you should be doing this one too. Okay. Now, you, and then you go down here. There we go. Nice one. Barely injured. Yeah, sure. Go with him. You are doing nothing of value as usual. Good Lord. You. Good Lord. Why? Why aren't you doing anything? I know I changed this to aggressive and never changed it back. Why does it keep changing it? Don't understand. Weakened and terrified. Here we go. Header. Header. Yeah. You're near death. Go ahead and accept it. Go ahead and accept it. There we go. No. Don't go to him. He's barely injured. You. Deal with you instead. There we go. Now we go to you. And you go over here. And you tag him again. And you tag him. And you, what are you doing here? Use one of them. Injured. Oh, do you need to be a little further down? There we go. Sorry, I wasn't giving you your proper angle. It's okay. Bam. There we go.
Be more careful.
Who needs to be careful? What happened? And bleep, 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 bleep. That's all, folks. We'll save here. I missed something. Doing good, thanks. I started a new job about a month ago, so I haven't been able to stay up super late. That's awesome. What kind of job? The 40K RPGs evolve as super lethal combat. Encounters are usually decided within 3 or so turns. Doing a direct translation of the rules into real time with pause would be brutal. Got you. Okay, that makes sense. Toxic, what's going on, man? How are you? I can't complain at all. What do you feel like is the most disturbing creature or person you've seen in the game, be it mentally, physically, or both? The most disturbing? Probably Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, when you have to go into the you go into this place where they've been filming a smut. They've been doing a smut film, and there are these little creatures that run across the floor, and you can really hear them before you engage in combat with them. They're like, and it's like they have these 2 arms, and it's connected to a face. And you go down a basement and you meet their master. All of it is just freaky and unnerving, and yeah, I hate that whole section. You know, it's weird. I love that game, but I love being, but I do not like being afraid. Like, I don't find that to be entertaining. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is one of the few games that really, some of those sections used to scare the crap out of me, but I love the game anyway. I would still plow through it because I just enjoyed the story, the dialogue, and the politics. I just enjoy that so much. Vampire the Masquerade really breaks the mold for me in a lot of ways as far as games that I usually like. Like, usually, I only like party-based games. I want to have dialogue with my companions. I want to have a romance. I don't like horror. I don't like being afraid. Vampire the Masquerade doesn't do any of those things, but it still just absolutely works for me. I'm a big fan of it. Oh, and I didn't realize it. What's going on, Alabas? How are you? Also, with turn-based, you'll be able to appreciate the spectacular deaths that the critical hit tables give you. Ooh, definitely agree about the need for purposeful encounters for turn-based games. Absolutely. It's the only way to do it properly. As the Demond said, the combat is brutally lethal and needs tactical planning to ensure you don't die immediately to heavy stubber fire from occultists. You can really only get that kind of tactical planning in turn-based, lest you risk the tactical death being far too overwhelming in a system as lethal as Rogue Trader. Oh, the Zamishi things. What's going on, Mega D? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm doing tech support remotely for a company that makes lithium iron phosphate batteries and also electric bikes. It's great so far. That's awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Glad you're enjoying it. The freaking hotel scared the absolute poo out of me in Bloodlines the first time I went through it. Then I went through it a second time and got ignored. Yeah, but that's the way it always is. When you know what's coming up, then it's much easier for it to frighten you. Like, it's rare that I know what's going to happen in a section. Oh, crap, that's not the end? I'm just...
I shall be discreet.
I thought we were done. Damn. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's not nearly as bad the second time through. Whoa. Columns of water rise up from the pool in front of you, shifting and writhing, whipping air around them in a vortex. This can only be Andra's hair, appearing before you at a fraction of the size typically reported by mariners unfortunate enough to encounter them on the high seas.
You have done well to have come so far. I confess I was not certain you would make it, but I do not wish to give false hope. The greater challenge remains in front of you.
The eyelets had to be stopped for the good of the deerwood.
Running through the core of this rock is a large growth of crystal. You will know it when you see it. A blow to the crystal would reverberate through the walls of this place. Strike it enough and the entire structure would crumble. The eyeless would be buried. Of course, it would take a person years to cause enough damage.
Intellect, but not with the help of the eyeless.
Then you know what must be done. Strike the crystal with Obidon's hammer. The eyeless will wake and come to its call. Join in striking the crystal. They will cluster together and bury themselves. I have realized it is best that they should be ended, for within each of them is a small piece of Obidon himself. Upon their deaths, those fragments and the memories they contain will be safely dispersed.
There's so many great games I want to play, but I can't do it because I get scared easily. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about, I've never played any of the Resident Evil games. I've never played Dead Space. There are probably other games that have come out where I've looked at it, I was like, that looks too much like horror to me. I'm not going to bother with it, I'm just not entertained by that. I'm just not entertained that way at all. Sounds like the cool father that's happy and proud of you, no matter what. I try to pump up the people around me. I want you all to feel empowered. Nothing is going on at that hotel. Sure, the scares are spooky the first time around, but then when you know what's coming up and it's just nothing, no combat, one or two spooks. That's true. That's true. But when you don't know that, I remember the Haunted Hotel and Bloodline scared the hell out of me the first time through. Subsequent playthroughs, I focused on running through it as fast as possible, so I didn't have a chance to. Oh, wait a minute. What am I thinking? Even worse than the hotel were the sewers. The sewers in Bloodline were absolutely brutal. I hated that level, and it scared the bejeebus out of me for the vast majority of the time I was going through it, right up until when you finally find the Nosferatu. One of my most hated gaming levels of all time, definitely. I feel like the dialogue options that end the conversation completely need to be marked that they're conversation enders. Like, I know when they're about to end the conversation because I have a feel for how dialogue works in this game, but you're right. Oftentimes you'll choose something and you don't really know ahead of time. Best part of remote work is not having to commute in feet of snow that we get here in upstate New York. Yeah, I've been able to work remotely since the pandemic started, and man, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. This is definitely it for me. Like, we have to come into the office maybe twice a month now, and, I'm good with that, but there's no way I'm going back to a job where I have to come in every day. That's just not happening. Like, this whole situation has made it clear to me how much time I sit, how much time I spend just sitting in the car driving to work. All that travel, all that having to be away. It's such a time sink, and nah, I couldn't imagine trying to do that again.
I had not considered the dangers of allowing them to persist, until a watcher appeared at my abbey.
Thank you, dear. Take care. Have a good evening. Oh, you didn't get scared during the sewers 3? I couldn't stand them. The sewers sucked, but it didn't scare me. Just annoyed me. It scared me when you had that big, huge creature that can see behind and in the front. Once I saw that thing, I'm like, I don't know how many more of these things are in here or what else I'm going to run into. Once I saw that, I was terrified. Absolutely. It was amazed, though, and that pissed me off. Yeah. It absolutely disturbed me. Oh, my God. Yeah, my wife's one of those really, really weird people who actually prefers to work in the office. So even though she has the option of working from home if she wanted to, she decides to go into the office every day, which I'll admit, it annoys the shit out of me because I could have her home. Like, we could be on together. She could be working in one area. I'll be working in my area, and we could be all together. I feel like that would be awesome, but she is determined. She gets up every single day, and she works that 9 to 5 on site every single day. For what? For what? Yes, unpaid commute time, car maintenance, and gas money all saved. That's my feeling exactly. What aren't you telling me?
A single strike upon the crystal will not be enough. The eyeless respond only as long as the hammer rings. You will need to remain until their work is complete, wielding the hammer until the walls come crumbling down.
You mean for me to die here?
Your sacrifice will be mourned, but your fate is already sealed. The eyeless cannot be reasoned with or fled from. One day not far from now, they would kill you and level the Deerwood. You have seen what they will do. This is the way you can stop them. And the truth is that you are marked by the eyeless for a reason. It would be better for all if the things you have seen were forgotten.
Crushing's a bad way to go. Maybe we should just hang ourselves.
A great sacrifice for a greater good.
The watery columns drop all at once back into the pool, sending up a small splash. The pool settles, and looking down into it, you see only the faces of you and your companions, alone and condemned.
And what does the flame reveal?
Boom, ba boom, ba boom.
Your thoughts must...
And there we have it. I still honestly do not know why these Revenants keep coming up. I assume something is being cast that brings them about, but I have no idea what it is. The unstoppable pursuer mechanic in any game, and especially horror games, is the most terrifying thing in the game for me. Yep, absolutely. The hotel in Bloodlines was scary, but definitely not as scary as Shell Bridge Cradle in Thief Deadly Shadows. I forgot about that. That's like the church level, right? That's the most terrifying experience I've ever had in a game. Terrifying enough where I never bothered to play it again. I loved Thief. I loved Thief. But when I went, before that level, I was like, I can see myself playing this again. This game is awesome. I really love it. When I got through that level, first of all, there was an incredible sense of accomplishment. But I was also like, never again. Never, never, never again. That is a one and done for me. Holy smokes, that was terrible. That was absolutely awful. Whoops. Nah, that's not what I wanted. him. I can't. Boom, boom.
Something else.
Excellent. You freeze. You this. You serious? Revive him. Dawson. The last poem was so terrible, or God, King, like, it's like, it was really funny. Oh, that's right, he can't be, oh wait, no, I'm not trying to knock you prone, I'm trying to do this. Oh, that's right, I forgot about all these awesome things she has. Yeah, let's do that. Mm-hmm. She paralyzed you. There we go. All of you. There we go. And you. Of course. Durant's come down. Adder, come around. Oh, you know what? No. How about you? Can you just come around here? No. You. Go back over here. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Woo-hoo! There we go. Marcel, what's going on? How are you? There we go. Ooh, some progress. What did I miss? I'll also happily bike commute for like 40 minutes, but that is because I like riding my e-bike so much. Yep, it's there. The option is available for people who want it. Jeff, you're definitely missing out, man. Vampire the Masquerade is like one of those classic role-playing games that should be played by everybody who loves role-playing games. It's just that good. It is just that good. Judging by claw marks and scales around the edges of this pool, you believe it is regularly used by a Lugofeth. You see something shimmer in the depths of the frigid, murky water. Who probably... Let's go with Grieving... No, not Grieving Mother. Palagina. Athletics. Palagina dives in and immediately feels the cold bite of the water. The water is calm, but a person with a weak constitution will suffer greatly if submerged for more than a few moments. Dive toward the shimmering light. The ice cold water is too intense. Palagina reaches the source of glinting at the bottom of the cave, but is already going numb. Palagina quickly recovers a cache of Lagofeth treasures, including a variety of coins and a set of surprisingly well-preserved plate greaves. Unfortunately, the disturbance of the horde was observed by a pack of Lagofeth that are swimming over to investigate. Hiding from the Lagofeth would be difficult, but attempting to outswim them would require phenomenal athletic ability. Swim to the surface as fast as possible. Palagina launches off of the bottom of the ice cave and begins to swim toward the surface. Unfortunately, outswimming a band of determined Lagofeth is difficult even under the best of circumstances. One of Palagina's legs is horribly mangled in the process of escaping from the pool. Moments later, furious Lagofeth erupt from the pool. Interesting. Damn, she got a bunch of different injuries. That's not cool. All right. Yeah, we'll start with you, I guess. And we'll also... Yeah, sure. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Woo! Y'all, we're not ready for the drama. Excellent.
see what I can
Okay.
find.
And what is see? Shelbridge Cradle used to be an orphanage, then became an insane asylum. Mm-hmm. You know, think about it. Community is fine. I just hate cars. Budget 23.3. The library level is absolutely terrifying experience for me. I've never played that game before. Who's your favorite companion to romance in Wrath of the Righteous? Um, if you're talking about party member, probably Windowog. If you're talking about just overall, really, I kind of actually really like Queen Galfrey. I love it when games allow you to romance people where it almost feels like you shouldn't be able to romance them, but you're able to make it happen anyway. That's kind of the way I feel about Queen Galfrey, and that's the way I felt about the Nymph and Kingmaker. And I find both romances extremely satisfying. What e-bike do you have? It would be Nanio. It would be Nanio, but Owlcat crushed my heart and dreams. Yeah, Nanio would be amazing. I wish a company could get cosmic horror right. Sadly, it's very difficult to get right, especially in a medium like video games. What do you mean when you say cosmic horror? You know how it is. It's Wednesday, so I just got back from Area Silks. Wipe the fuck out. Nice. Is Chicago unseasonably cold for mid-November, or is it just hitting Oregon? Nope. Chicago, the cold is just fine. Hasn't been a big deal at all. It hasn't gotten to the true levels that we all know it could yet. Not yet, at least. Camera, what's going on, man? Good to see you. I fully agree. The library was awful for me and dreaded having to deal with librarians again in Exodus. Interesting. Eder, go around. There we go. Paralyzed. Yep. There we go. Already activated. Okay. And there we go. Oh wait, they come back in Exodus. I didn't finish the game yet, and I don't think I will now. Camellia is the objectively correct romance. I am definitely sure that there are others who agree with you, Camera. Hey. What's going on here? Whoa.
Our path has brought us here at last. A final act of sacrifice awaits.
All right, we'll go ahead and rest here just in case there's a problem. Darren's romance is very good. And it gives you more insight into his personality, which I always feel like is very good as well. Definitely. Save, new file, new file, new file. Endless crystal. A ridge overlooks a broad chamber half flooded with lake water. You could crawl down this way, but it looks too steep and slick to climb back up. Climb down. It may be big, ugly, and the spawn of a god, but I bet my feathers it bleeds like anything else. Interesting. What is this? A kraken. Alrighty. Well, let's get to it.
Maybe big, ugly, and the spawn of a god.
Boom, boom.
Not
What? No. Not you. You. There, you. And then you.
My mind feels
There we go. And actually here. We can't even go behind him? Well, that kind of sucks. Did I see? Yeah. You. Not sure. Can these people go prone? They can go prone. Yep. And there we go. Immune to charm, confused, and dominated. Not immune to prone, which is where it's laying now. You should have a ball with this. Yeah, sure. Start with the rake. Okay, no, the rake is too far out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Strike the crystal with Abaddon's hammer. Okay, can I not do that now, though? You. Whoops. Why did it only do that for that amount of time? There we go. There we go. Okay. Deal with him. You. Excellent. Almost done being paralyzed, so here. First we'll do this. Prone and for a good amount of time. There we go. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come on now. Thank you. I was about to say. And that's all she wrote. This thing the Kraken didn't give us anything? Whack. Whack, 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 whack. All right. Anything? Yeah, I could fix her. That's one ugly Kraken. Just to see how far the crazy went, but I just couldn't. Jeff, you should finish that Camellia romance. It's absolutely worth it. Played about 4 hours of Pentiment. I could definitely see where Sawyer played Disco Elysium and decided to crib from it. The game's a bit preachy in places, but overall, so far, I'm enjoying it. That's awesome. The one thing that irks me about Village Attorney Monks is that they don't use their fist. An enormous crystal juts from the wall like a spearhead protruding from a wound. An army of reflections stares back at you from the crystal's perfect facets. It echoes the sound of your footsteps in soft, ringing hums. Someone will have to take up Abaddon's hammer and strike the crystal, and Andra warned that whoever does so will be buried in this place with the eyeless. Whom do you choose? Yourself.
You have led us bravely. It has been an honor to follow your lead.
Boss Page, what's going on, man? How are you?
The gods really have it in for you. I wish they knew you like I did.
Your sacrifice will save many lives.
This is the end of White March. It's not the end of the overall game.
Straight into the fire, then. Your chances aren't favorable, but at least you've learned to embrace the test. I told you I'd be good for you, Watcher.
And take the diving helmet and tuck it away, just in case. You have the hammer and swing it at the crystal. A perfect, clear tone rings through the air and resonates through your teeth. Seconds later, ripples shiver through the water. Something big is coming. And give the others a final nod. The rest of the party scrambles out of the flooded cavern and flees through the tunnels. You continue hammering at the crystal, each strike magnifying the last. The echoes build into physical tremors. Meanwhile, a heavier rhythm pulses through the cave. Footsteps, dozens of them. The others round the corner, only to see a line of eyelets advancing. The creatures stagger to the rhythm of the hammer thuds below, yet they crane their necks toward the party, ratcheting back their piston arms. Cast ringleader. Consider who will cast it. Grieving mother. A pocket of eyelets near the middle of the procession roar and turn on their neighbors. Chaos ripples down the line as the eyelets turn toward the commotion. Dodge past the eyelets. The party sprints past the distracted monsters. Fortunately, the creatures are too focused on the hammering to give chase. They continue toward the cavern. You maintain a steady tempo on the crystal. Eyelets gather in the cavern, where they batter the walls in time with the hammer's rhythmic blows. The ground shakes, falling rocks and shattering crystals splash to the ground. The party flees through dark, rumbling corridors. More spellbound eyelets shamble along, but they're too entranced by the swelling cadence to take more than an idle swipe at the party. The tunnel narrows. Light filters through ahead. The exit must be around the next bend. But it's clogged with rubble. Meanwhile, the ground drops several feet at once and the tunnel begins rolling on its axis. The distant sound of rushing water echoes from the cavern. Lever the rubble with the pry bar. There must be a weak spot, but it will take a practiced eye to find it. Who will clear the way? Practice eye to find it, so that's perception, right? Maybe grieving mother? Grieving mother wedges the pry bar into several different nooks but can't seem to find a leverage point. There must be a weak spot, but it'll take a Alof. Can't find a weak point. Are you serious? Palagina? Eder? Are you serious? Durance. Durant? Oh, you need mechanics. Oh. Durance notices a loose boulder and wedges the pry bar beneath it. A gentle nudge knocks it loose and sends the rubble rolling away. The moon shudders again. The party escapes onto the ice just as another thunderous crash sounds from below. Eyelets continue pouring into the cavern from every visible tunnel and crevice. Your ears ring at the ever-growing cacophony of smashing rock and shattering crystal. Meanwhile, the water level is rising. A skull-splitting crack rends the air, and a surge of water knocks you from your feet. The entire cavern rotates, plunging you into a freezing soup of jagged metal, torn flesh, and stone. The others dash across the lake. The ice squeals and crackles, rocking dangerously underfoot. The sinking moon groans. Long fissures race across the ice. Cast Kalakov's freezing rake to hold the ice together. Consider who will cast it. Alof. A spectral hand sweeps the ice in front of Alof. The ice sheets knit back together, holding just long enough for a safe crossing. At last, everyone reaches the safety of the shore. In the middle of the lake, only the tip of the moon is still visible above the ice. The survivors watch in silence as it sneaks into the depths. You trudge through the rubble at the lake bottom. The water is freezing, the air and diving helmet is acrid, and the sound of your own breathing roars in your head. Still, it's better than drowning. You navigate out of the settling rubble and see the ghostly light of the surface above. At last, you reach the shallows. You punch through this thin crust of ice and crawl ashore, trembling but alive. And there we have it. Woo! Love a woman who's wild in the bed. Urushiele is my second favorite. Luckily, someone else thought the same and made a mod to fix her ending and even commissions art of her for the mod from the original artist. Ooh! I wish the Camellia ending was a bit better. I don't like the end. You could talk her out of both the last stabbing and mass stabbing if you spoiled her enough over the course of the campaign. Yeah, you've got to get, what is it? True Love? Something like, what's the name of that thing? What's the phrase when it's like you're perfect, a soulmate, true soulmate? It's something like that that you can get with her, and if you get that, you'll get a special ending. Now, oh no, I wasn't referring to that camera. I was referring to her running away in the end, not staying to be your girlfriend. Her running off is kind of rack. Really, y'all are weak. You think you make Windowhawk better? I definitely can make Camellia worse. Cameron rejects your I can fix her and instead follows his I can ruin her like a true hero. That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, what is my ideal meal? I'm a steak and potatoes kind of guy. So actually, I think my favorite meal right now is there's a restaurant in Chicago called Wildfire. I like getting a porterhouse steak from there with a Parmesan crust, medium rare. And they used to have these double stuffed baked potatoes where they would like split it open and they put like a ton of like this special kind of cheese in there and the bacon bits and all that. They don't have that anymore, unfortunately. But basically, steak and potatoes, I'm definitely that kind of guy. I also, I really like barbecues, specifically links. I'm a really big fan of hot links and rib tips. So, hot links rib tips with fries is something I really like as well. You can see why I'm such a fat man. You stand at the edge of the lake. The bobbing of the ice and rippling of the water's surface slows until you're looking at a moment frozen in time. When the world begins moving once more, it moves in reverse. Whoa, I didn't mean to go twice. Oops. The eyeless, they stop at as the head of their line reaches you. They speak in a single voice that resonates with grinding metal and hissing steam.
We shatter and sink, discarded like worn tools. Why have you consigned us to oblivion?
You would have destroyed Cadnua, Durgan's battery, and more. Their protest is as sharp as squealing metal.
Blasphemy! These are jewels of civilization. They are sacred. We would sooner sacrifice our own bodies than dislodge a single stone from such a place. Why do you torment us with baseless accusations?
Buckeye, what's going on? How are you? What about a beef brisket? Beef brisket is nice. Doesn't compare to me though to the hot link. I'm absolutely love hot links. Tell that Andra trains you from a preserver to a destroyer. The eyeless are still, but you hear their gears whir as their collective spirit ponders this.
Then we were betrayed.
Yes, you were transformed against your will.
And we were made to betray something we cherish.
You feel their bitter agony like a hammer strike. The legacy of the Inguitans, you mean?
The bedrock of civilization.
Suddenly, they attack the ice beneath them, slicing and shattering it with mighty swings from their iron arms. And where the ice breaks, ancient towers rise, blotting out the blue sky and white peaks. What is this?
Each culture builds on the bones of the last. Yet many only look up at where they would go, never down at the foundations that bear them. Like a mason who builds a listing tower.
The remaining ice sheet cracks and groans.
What peril do they inflict on their progeny? And what dishonor on their forebears?
You hear the strain of crumbling stone in the voice of the eyeless. Perception, the betrayal of memory upsets you greatly.
It is accepting a gift only to spit in the face of the giver. Every advance in the crafts and institutions of Kith was forged by skill and sacrifice.
You feel these words and the anger behind them in your bones. Glad you're enjoying things, Blackfix. Take care, LT. Glad you're able to make the stream, man. Get some rest. Really glad to hear about your new job. Hope it continues going well.
A people cut off from their history will wither. They deserve no less.
Then what do you suggest?
To pull the blinders from the eyes of gods and Kith. That is why we must return to ourself and restore Abidan.
What do you mean about returning to yourself?
When Ione Brotha fell, Abidan lost much. His will to preserve, the memory of how and why he died. But he built us with fragments of his own soul. In returning, we can restore what was taken from him.
Perhaps Abaddon was meant to forget his past. Some knowledge is too dangerous for this world.
A facile argument.
One that defends stasis, not progress.
Andra said Abaddon's memory would threaten the peace between the gods.
Just as fire clears dead wood from a forest, struggle makes way for new developments.
Flame rolls across the ice. As it dies away, clumps of ice melt. The towers rise higher.
Conflict is part of progress. Peace and ignorance is not worth keeping.
Aloth, you were part of the Leaden Key. Surely you understand why some secrets need to be kept.
I thought I did. But who would hold the Leaden Key accountable?
We cannot defend the intentions of a group that kills to hide secrets.
And to what end? To defend the gods? Or themselves? More and more these days, I wonder.
Kith shouldn't have anything as powerful as the White Forge.
With the ability to bind souls to metal, you mean? You helped the Crucible Knights pursue a similar power in the Forge Knights.
The shrieking of metal joints and the clanking of steel limbs echoes across the ice.
Do not condemn knowledge when it becomes inconvenient for you.
That's because I plan to join the Crucible Knights, and I know if you join them, you get the option to tell them, don't do that. So, really, that's not the case. But the system of the faction system in this game is whack. So, unfortunately, I'm stuck with things the way they are. Animancy has made no progress, yet it's responsible for Wits, the Bell Rock incident, and the swindle of desperate families.
And yet you persuaded the Duke to allow Animancy to continue unfettered.
Now that's true.
Do not condemn knowledge.
I've said my
We
piece.
have listened.
You speak as if history were a guide, yet it doesn't always provide a good example.
Then do not look to it for one. History is not a moral force, but a set of facts. These facts show Kith where they have come from, and how to move forward.
The Pergurunan were obsessed with the past. They died in the keep they'd built to honor it. The Deerwoods and Glanfathas have fought 2 wars over their history, and they still haven't moved forward.
But the memory of those wars has likely saved them from another now, when it would shatter a barren Deerwood.
It doesn't take a war to shatter a nation. Already, Deerwood's neighbors conspire to strangle it through duplicitous trade agreements. Right, Palagina?
Then sword. It doesn't need to be bloodied to kill.
And you think it is grievance and not merely opportunity behind this treachery?
The souls seem to debate this question with one another.
Maybe so. But we would not cast history aside over one such example.
Stalwart and the Iron Flayer remain at odds even in the face of a bigger threat, all because of their history.
The problem is not that they remember too much of their history, but rather too little.
The ice underfoot becomes suddenly clear. Between your boots, you can see an ocean separating the Deer and the Eastern Reach.
Right, Serens and Deerwoodens alike began as pioneers from Adir. They all came seeking opportunity.
Boats as small as ants crawl across the glassy blue.
Were they to look farther back, they would see their common origins and desires.
The ice dulls and thickens once more. But the experience of history is subjective. People remember what feels immediate and personal, just as you remember your own betrayal.
A painful truth.
They pause, recalling their suffering. You feel it radiate from them like heat.
We admit that history can become a hindrance. Even so, we must restore Abidan.
Memory remains a burden, even when the events and people it recalls are long gone. It's pain with no purpose.
Burdens strengthen the bearer, and they warn against repeated mistakes. Why would you discard them so hastily?
I'm awakened. I'm tormented by questions from a past life.
A rare opportunity, for you have the chance to answer them, to do things left undone.
The creatures raise their misshapen arms, and the voice of their souls is as deep and melodious as a bell. But those things, sometimes moving on is the way to move forward. Remaining stuck in the past is not progress.
That presumes that some questions cannot be resolved.
The souls ponder this.
Yet such destructive memories are rare. Surely others are strengthened by retrospection, even amidst pain.
I've said my piece.
And we have listened.
What do you mean about returning to yourself?
When Ione Brotha fell, Abidan lost much, but he built us with fragments of his own soul.
Right, so we done that.
And we
Said my
have listened.
piece.
Burdens, and we have listened.
Enough. You must not restore Abaddon's memory or his dominion over preservation.
This is the purpose we were made for. We will not be thwarted again.
A violent, menacing purpose coagulates within the mass of essence. Disperse the cloud of essence. Then I will unmake you. Return to the wheel. The souls wind themselves into a tight core, but you find the seams between them and pull. They cry out in anguish.
We will find you! In this life or another, we will visit the same torment upon you!
The souls speak against a backdrop of screams. Their pain pulses through you as you sever them from one another. The cycle will cleanse you of this memory. You'll forget about me.
We are many. Some of us will remember, and we shall carry this moment from one birth to the next, until we have fractured you beyond repair.
As you tear them into smaller and smaller fragments, their voice fades until it's only a furious whisper.
The memory of our pain will be written in your essence.
You dissolve the last tattered souls and feel them dissipate in the ether. The vision fades too, and you find yourself once again standing in the snow, looking out over Kayron's scar.
The eyeless disappeared beneath the lake, their bond to Andra finally severed. With this threat ended, hope returned to the White March. Hunters returned to the wildernesses, and travelers to the roads. Tales of the Watcher's bravery replaced stories of monsters in the woods. The villagers of Stalwart busied their hands with work and their tongues with song, eager to seize on the promise of peace.
And there we have it. Man, Obsidian really only uses the same 8 voice actors. Can't listen to this and not think of Barrick from Tyranny. Oh, that's a great call out. Yeah. Yeah, that is Barrick. Yeah, so here, if you present very specific arguments and avoid bad arguments, you could temper Eyeless's obsessions and make Abaddon compromise. But knowledge is dangerous is hard. Interesting. I don't think I succeeded in that. But it seemed more like I didn't have enough options that I could choose during those dialogue exchanges for me to be able to convince them otherwise. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh yeah, I agree. The voice acting was fantastic. Absolutely, very engaging. Let me check real quick. Oh, that's right. We never went back. So here, hold on. We need to go back to Starward Village, turn in these bounties. I didn't do that to them. It was too cruel. I don't consider it cruel because even if they go back at Abaddon, there's no acknowledgement of that in part 2. So to me, it's like it's like he's standing there and he knows what's happened, but it doesn't cause a change for him. Whoa, that's kind of crazy. So I didn't consider it cruel. I feel like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yo, I watched your Lich playthrough 2 times, by the way, because of the Forgotten Char. Play once again. I love your readings of your play style. Greetings from Germany. Thank you, Dorian. Appreciate it. Appreciate getting the love all the way from Germany, and I'm glad you've been enjoying the channel. A few town guards stand arrayed around a sprawled corpse. One of them turns as you approach, giving you a nod. You've got an uncanny sense of timing, Lord Slandered. This one's here has been after you all day. That sounds familiar. Olive slowly turns his head to regard you. That's me, very popular with the dead. Right. Agna gives you a confused look, then shrugs. Not sure popular's the word. Seems like she had it out for you. She got nervous in a hurry when we happened by. Nearly took Roland's head off. Sorry for the trouble. Ah, no trouble. Put a good scan rolling is all. Agnek gestures at the corpse. I suggest having a look at what she's carrying. See if you recognize anything. Whoa. The phylactery's promise? I don't remember this quest at all. What triggered this? A woman's cooling corpse lies half buried in the snow. The cause of death is clear, a narrow wound under her throat. The essence here is already faint and fading fast. Search her pockets. You search, turns up only a small, unassuming vial full of dark liquid. Reach out. You plunge into a cold darkness, scattered images sliding past before you can grasp more than an echo. And then, light. Sunlight filters down through gaps in the canopy, illuminating short stretches of the bog. Mud and knee-deep water foul each step. Your legs are already tired if you've barely started. You must resign yourself to discomfort. You'll come to the river soon enough. Follow it as it bends north. It is a mantra in your thoughts. Reach stalwart. Find the watcher. Follow him. Retrieve the phylactery. Council Hot's killer will not fall easily. Ho! But if you are careful, that task will not fall to you alone. Your master will deal with the watcher. It is only a matter of time. The memory slips away, returning you to the familiar sight of Stalwart Village. Perhaps stirred into flight by your perusal, the soul essence begins to dissipate, fading from your sight. The memory of the dead woman's journey lingers with you, however. To the southwest, beyond the white march, there lies a bog, and an enemy awaits you there. Explore the wilds to the southwest of Stalwart. Fascinating. All right. Oh, actually, it's not the one here, right? It's the one over here. There's some chick over here, right? Yep. Here we go. I'm here to collect on Rowood's bounty. That's a relief. Even if they were headed for Stalwart, I didn't want to take the chance. Here's a reward, as promised. Had some new reports come in. Thought you might be interested. Hoped, anyway. There's a band of logger theft causing trouble in Whitestone Hollow. Like the Avalanche wasn't bad enough, right? Then there's a pirate, Brinlod, that the Fangs want dead. I'll take the logger theft. Earn a little nickname for themselves, Red Water Logger theft, on account these little charmers drag their prey under the water. Yikes. They turned up in Whitestone Hollow recently and have been menacing the locals. Plenty of coin in it for the one who takes them out. Tell me more about this pirate Brinlod. A cipher from the Deadfire Archipelago, the kind that swings onto a ship and convinces the entire crew to drown themselves. Yikes. Apparently Brinlod heard some stories about the kind of treasures that turn up in Ingwithan ruins. He's come inland. The Fangs sent their best warriors at the Brinlod after he posted a few temples, but they didn't put a scratch on him. Word is Brinlod was last spotted around Deerford Crossing. Bring me his head and you can collect on the payments the Fangs are offering. God dog it, I thought I was done with the bounties. Okay. Couple more, apparently. I brought you Firedorn's head. That's a relief. Fella like that was bound to cause trouble, even if he was crazy. Here, this is for you. He hands you a rattling bag of bonies. I'm here for the bounty on the old Dunred hunting lodge. Thank Gallowayne, and you, of course. I'll be honest, I'm worried those fools were going to end up here and burn down the rest of the village. He gives you a purse that's full almost to the point of bursting. Afraid I don't have any more bounties. All right. Some measure of progress. A quest, a sign. Another quest, a sign. And Harveus is dealing with the other one. All right. Kill Brinlod and take his head. Deal with the phylactery. Yeah, boss page, I don't remember this at all. With Dorian being from Germany, I'm interested where other viewers are from. Well, obviously, I'm from Chicago. Can't comment on anybody else, though. Does the captain have anything to say? You, one of them, giving you a nod. Okay, nothing. Okay. Some sort of bog. Oh, they give you the bog. Okay. Let's go to Deerwood Crossing first. Wait, no. What am I thinking? Go to Whitestone Hollow, deal with that. Then go to Deerford Crossing. Then we're going to go rest at the fort. Then we're going to go deal with this bog, whatever that is. Truly, Rance is a superior protagonist. Now, that is a man who never gets strung along by a quest without getting paid. Morning Star? I don't need a Morning Star. I'm good. Where do I think these people are? I have no clue. We're just gonna run. Are these the people who have come inland? Woo! That's an ugly group right there. Woo! That actually wiped out the lot of them. I am a fan of that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this group is not prepared for the mayhem. Bloom, bloom. Couldn't you have accepted both bounties? I did. I accepted both of them. I accepted both bounties and I'm dealing with them now. Now I've got one and we're gonna go deal with the other one. I come from a land down under.
Certainly.
Ooh, kind of dealt with this stuff. Excellent. All right. That's one bounty. That's done. Deerwood. Direford Crossing. I don't know where in the Direford Crossing, but we'll look around a little bit. Eastern Canada. Nice. I've been to Canada, but I basically just crossed the border and then hung around there. I've never been like deep inside of it. Where are these people probably? No clue. We'll just run around and see where we can find them. Actually, let's make sure they're not over here. Slaves freed. Oh, he let that dude alive? Oh man, you were supposed to kill him. Oh well. Have to deal with him sooner or later, I guess. And yes, I'm back to Shilling Rants. The last game I beat, Toshi is from the same company, but with a much more traditionally heroic protagonist. Looking forward to T2. T2, which got a lot of people's shield for me, is great. Oh, are you kidding me? What is T? Oh, wait. Toshi. Which got a lot of people's shield. What does shield mean? Hey, there we go. Okay, these people are made of stronger stuff, apparently. Yep, I didn't do this right at all. Really? You're having that much trouble getting up to 60? Are you kidding me? Oh, people shielded to me. Got you. What is the problem? Mm-hmm. Eder. Oh my God. All right. Apparently we're gonna have to do that again. Irritating. Doom, 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 doom.
Certainly.
Oh crap! I don't even remember. Oh yeah, we were somewhere over there, right? All right. None. Wait, no, 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 no. It's not you. You can do whatever you want. I don't care about you. You are the one who I'm tired of. None. Wait, no? Really? There we go. None. There we go. Shield is the past tense for shield, means praise or advertise something with high loyalty. There we go. I always thought shield was like a negative, like it's when you try to make
Nice
something
and quiet.
better or greater than what it actually is. Learn something new every day.
Your thoughts must flow deeply.
All right. Let's get all these people dealt with. Do that. Didn't I just turn off your AI? Oh, okay. Oh, but she's supposed to be doing the same person. No. Here, you do that. Oh, I should have turned that on already, but it's fine, whatever. You should be doing this. There we go. What's your problem?
Yet.
Excellent. Let's do that twice. And he can focus on this. You can focus on that. You can do this. Are you being charmed or something? What's the problem? You're just weakened. Okay. So, wait, no. Oh, it's not going to let me do him. Okay, fine. Excellent. Okay.
Watch it with that.
And we're good. Excellent. Much better. I got to do everything my damn self.
Certainly.
Good Lord, I should have saved. Why didn't you save? This guy. This guy. This guy. This guy.
Yes.
Woo! Look at all that focus he generated right off the top. Let's do that again. I like the way that went. Let's do that all again. There we go. What's in here? I left that?
Certainly.
That's interesting. All right, now we're good. Jesus. And now we'll remember to save. Shield is the passive for shield, means praise or advertise. Everything is derogatory when said with enough derogatory. Nice. Shield is usually used with a negative connotation. Okay, there we go. I'm not crazy. I'm like, thank you. To be a shill is the usual usage, which is basically someone who's sold out. Okay. Thank you. I'm like, I know I'm not crazy about this. Depends on the uses of shill in the sentence. Could be praise or could be negative. Interesting. Yeah, most of the time I heard it, I felt like it was being used in a negative fashion. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Bog. Let's say negative and 99% of search says. Sometimes people use it in a non-negative way, but usually it's some sort of self-deprecation. Like here, let me look at definition. Shill, an accomplice of a hawker, gambler, or swindler who acts as an enthusiastic customer to entice or encourage others. Act or work as a shill. Your husband in the crowd could shill for you. Yeah, it's used as a negative connotation. You're swindling people into believing something. Morgwek Ian. I don't remember this at all. Who is trying to get me into this bog? And why do they give a damn about console heart? Are they upset that I took his spells? If so, I'm not giving these bad boys back. This bad boy is with me forever. That hammer stays. Playing Wasteland 3 right now, Supreme Jerk Melee only for the challenge. I do plan to do a Supreme Jerk Wasteland 3 run through on the channel, but it will not be as Melee. Absolutely not. Pay off. Seek out your enemy. Here we go. Forgot I ever talked to you about Baldur's Gate yet? It's the most authentic D&D game. It 100% feels like you are part of a party of random murder hobos the GM is desperately trying to wrangle into the plot. You only told me that you didn't really like it that much thus far. I think it had to do with the party members. As large as these mushrooms are, you see vaster forms dotting the swamp beyond the something. And there we go. Guess we're going to go this way.
Slowly now.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, 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 ooh. Bana, 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 bana. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, this person. Oh, you could be knocked prone, so yeah, we're good. Adder. Adder.
That's it.
Sorry, my Google didn't tell me the right definition. It's all good. It's ultimately an alright game. I see how BioWare grew out of this, but it's a bit basic. There's no depth to party members past their initial introduction. They are all very interchangeable. I 100% agree. Yep. It's Baldur's Gate 2 where you really see what BioWare would become.
To whispers and shadows.
I'm a little saddened that in all the D&D based games they take out the radiant spells. You're a big fan of them, I take it? Now that we've established the correct definition of shill, allow me to shill some more. Play Rants, the greatest RPG series. Now let's not go
Sharp eyes
overboard,
and keen
right?
ears.
It's an RPG series that you thoroughly enjoyed, and you very much so encourage everyone to play it. That's not the same thing as it being the greatest RPG series. Do you actually feel that way? In a non-chill fashion. Good Lord, there's a lot going on here. I mean, seriously, y'all. I need y'all to chill out. Why does it feel like I'm knocking a whole bunch of people down, but not really making anything happen? Not really doing anything. Yeah, it should be doing that should be doing a nice bit of crust damage. Oh, here, how about you do something? How about you be helpful? There we go. There we go. And then why would you run around into there as soon as I've already done this? Come on now. Yep, let's do that one. She can do the whole knock them down. You focus on tearing them apart. I'll get to BG2 eventually. The backlog is long and my burden is hard. It'll be there when you're ready. BG2 was great. Felt like you ended up fighting everything in the monster manual. Yep, they did a great job with it. I would 100% agree with that. Let's take you back here. There we go. There we go. Now you're affecting both of them. And he can go ahead and give you that. While she should be ready soon. There we go. You. Lovely. Well, like in a top 3, it'd be Ultima, Rants, and Neverwinter Nights 2. Well, Matt, you like Neverwinter Nights 2 that much? Wow, I didn't realize that. So you'd rank it as your favorite RPG experience. Okay.
Certainly.
And Rants is in the top 3. Interesting. So did you play the Dragon Age series?
Be constant.
None of those games rank for you? You notice movement amidst the mud and debris. Inside one of the broken crates, a young bat flaps feebly, pinned into place by a fallen plank. Pick it up. You gently lift the plank out of the way and pick up the young bat. It squeaks once, but seems otherwise content to peer out at the world from the relative safety of your hand.
Sharp eyes and keen
Can't complain
ears.
about too many pets. All right. My current backlog plans are Pentiment, Toshin 2, Persona 5, Neverwinter Nights 2, Tactical Ogre, then probably Baldur's Gate 2. Awesome. Yeah, I had a couple of people reach out regarding Tactical Ogre. I hadn't really planned to play that, to be honest with you, because the art style isn't what I would usually prefer, but I might have to go ahead and give it a whirl. We'll see. All right, can't do anything further with that. Who's in front? Oh, these people can't be knocked prone. I forgot. There we go. More than one way to deal with y'all. There we go. Now you go here. As soon as it ends, there we go. There we are. James, what's going on? Glad you're able to make the stream. How are you, man? Oops. Oh, okay. There is a way to get back up there. Okay. Yeah, I'm live every Monday and Wednesday, man. I try to go live a little bit more often, but it doesn't always work out. But definitely Mondays and Wednesdays, I try to be diligent about making sure I'm available at those times. I play the Dragon Age series. Origins is top tier, fantastic RPG. Other two, not so much. Interesting.
And what does the flame reveal?
I definitely agree about the first one. Absolutely loved it. Did not really like the second one at all. Did not like the way it reused areas. I felt like it came off as super lazy. And yeah, just not something I particularly appreciated. But unlike a lot of people, I'm actually a big fan of Inquisition. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thought it was really nice. Unfortunately, it was a little more MMO type than what I would prefer in my single player RPGs. But I felt like the characters, the dialogue, the story, I felt like all of that stuff was very well done. Gaps between the stones reveal a hollow space lined with bird nest. Is there something I'm supposed to be doing with that? No? Okay, fine.
Be constant.
For RPGs, my top three in no particular order would be Dragonfall, Bloodlines, and Final Fantasy XIV. Really? Final Fantasy 14 ranks that high for you?
What am I
Is that the one where they have the car? I can't remember the order of them. Sorry if I'm over enthusiastic about rating spells. They're on my top three favorite spell list. Is Baldur's Gate 3, is they going to have some of the radiant spells that you're a fan of? First Dragon Age was one of the best. 2 was weird. 3 is weird, but kind of cool. I'm excited for 4. Grape Juice, what's going on? Glad you're able to make the stream. Yeah, I'm honestly a big fan of Dragon Age, and I'm really, really looking forward to 4. I had a great time with 3, especially if you played through some of the post-game DLC. I felt like it was really, really well done. I'm doing good. Finally had some time off. I was running my congressman's campaign. We won, so I get paid vacation. That's awesome. Congratulations. Glad it worked out for you. I actually like Dragon Age 2. I didn't like the fact that I couldn't really character create. Interesting. What did you like about Dragon Age 2? Dragon Age Origins had great banter. Absolutely. Definitely agree, Cavalier. And good to see you. Glad you were able to make the stream. I didn't like Dragon Age Inquisition because I couldn't blood maze. That's a good reason not to like it. I really dislike 3. I like 2 quite a bit, but I replayed it and downgraded my opinion. The writing aged poorly. Aveline's Blue Lives Matter storyline is what were they thinking, tier. Love Bloodlines. You plan on doing any content on classic RPGs like Bloodlines or Baldur's Gate? I did a review of Bloodlines. There's a review up on my page. I thought about doing a video where I rank all of the clans you could pick, but I feel like those type of videos have probably been done before, and I wasn't sure if I'd really add value to the conversation. But that might change, especially if Bloodlines 2 gets announced. I'd probably end up doing some more Bloodlines content, but we'll see. Yeah, Cabaret, who knows when Bloodlines 2 will come out. I've seen BG3 playthrough, but none of them use radiant spells, which lowered my liking. I thought it had some radiant spells in there, but we'll see. Vampire the Masquerade is a tabletop game I play to this day. I'm in a Masquerade game currently. Nice, nice. I wondered how much fun it actually is in tabletop compared to the video game. Damn him, that. She turns towards you and promptly jumps to surprise. Blazes, where'd you come from? Haven't seen another soul on the road for a day at least. Need a hand? Well, a helpless spirit right out of the fables. I appreciate it, but I'll manage. All I need is for Benno to come stomping right on back. We're late enough as it is. Last thing I need is his damn tantrums. What happened with Benno? What didn't happen? He's a spiteful crab most days, but out here he's been downright intolerable. He's got real sour face when the cart tipped over, decided to storm off in a huff. Now I'm stuck here waiting for him. Word of advice, if you ever find yourself in the trading business, keep it in the family. I could try to find him. I'd appreciate it. You bring that stubborn goat back, and I'll set aside some comb for you. Fine, Benno. Okie dokie.
Silence surrounds me.
And can I get around that way? Not really, right? Nope. Gotta go this way.
Eyes open.
And there we go. Ooh. Right. I liked the blood mage mechanics. I loved Hawk's ability to be incredibly smart mouth. Yeah, the sarcastic call stuff was really, really cool. Especially in the DLC where they had you go to the ballroom. I thought that stuff was really, really handled well. It was hilarious. The cheese! It tastes like despair. Beneath the water's murky surface lie worn engravings and ancient stones buried in the silt. Good old sarcastic Hawk Mike mocking the Viscount when his son is killed. Classic. My top threes are Necrotic, Radiant, and Storm-based spells. The plums of gas ejected by these vents have a strong, accurate order. So then, do you usually play spellcasters when you play D&D type games, Jason? Final Fantasy 14 is the MMORPG. Okay, that's the one that people keep talking about. I honestly think the first expansion, Heaven's Ward, is right up there with the best game stories. And the third expansion is one of my best stories in any medium. Baldur's Gate 3 only has player's handbook content. Interesting. This man is half obscured by the riot of lights and sigils emerging from the mud around him. He brings up an arm to shield his eyes, peering out at you. Are you one of them? You don't look like some mad bog cultist. He looks behind you, searching. Are you trapped? Yeah, it's a wall or something. Not sure what's going on, but it's got to be some kind of spell, right? I don't know the slightest thing about magic. He presses his palms against what seems to be thin air to demonstrate. Look, never mind. I need help. You've got to get me out of here. I don't want to end up in some cultist stew or whatever they're planning. Let me ask you something first. What? What do you want to know? I'm stuck. Captive audience for your questions, I guess. Do you feel any strange effects? No. Well, there's this whispering, I guess. I thought it was just more of those wizard types. He shifts uncomfortably. That's all the questions I had. Good, great. Now, can you help me out? Look, help me out. I've been stuck here for ages. Yeah. I have a look around. Great. Thank you for this. You won't regret it. Find a way to free Benno. What that way is, I have no idea yet. So we'll just keep going along. Ooh, we're almost done with this. Why did Aveline's storyline age poorly? The Watchmen of that universe weren't jerk wagons. I don't relate to VG stories to real life stuff. I don't remember her storyline well enough for me to comment. Yes, mainly an undead warlock. That's very specific. Not just a warlock. It's got to be an
See
undead one.
now what the flame. The shoulder.
They didn't like that at all. They were not fans of that at all. Play Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker, and
Certainly.
it's so good.
Be cautious. Be constant.
The game constantly presents Aveline as a moral compass of the group. The normal good person, and the guards the saner but powerless alternatives to the Templars.
Let us end.
Put her down on the ground immediately. That's rough.
To whispers and shadows.
Ba-da-da-da. But then you suddenly have Aveline leading you on a program raid against the elves who killed a guardsman who raped their sister, getting real mad if you disagree, and kickstarting the Kunari conflict. These sinking walls are covered in grime and vegetation. Age and muck have pried the stones apart. Thick vines are coiled all about the lower section of the wall, bristling with thorns. But there's a section just here where the vines are less dense. You're not an undead warlock yourself. You have made a pact with an undead creature like a mummy or a lich. Ah. Got you. That makes sense. Use a rope for assistance. The climb starts well enough, but a short way down, a slick stone files Durance's grip, sending them plummeting to the ground. With a sharp cry, Durance lands in an ungainly heap atop a mass of thorny brambles. You find yourself before a large, rounded chamber flooded with water. Oh. Whoa. God dug it. This ancient raft seems unaffected. There we go. There we are. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da.
Certainly.
Usually make a pact with Vecna. The bricks around these bars have crumbled away over the centuries, forming sizable gaps. A considerable drop awaits on the other side, but the air below appears to be clear. Squeeze through. You hoist yourself up onto the ledge. The stone wobbles on the foot, but hold it barely. You make your way past the bars and out. Awesome. Okay. But there is an undead subclass for Warlock. Who's Vecna?
And what does the flame reveal?
And what does the flame reveal? Love the way Eder comes running around, fast as hell, with them boots of speed.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Whoa. I don't appreciate that at all.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
D&D God Lich. Got you. Good Lord, how big is this place? The plumes of gas ejected by these vents have a strong, acrid odor. All right, finally, we got one edge. And my. Mm-hmm. There we go. Excellent. Boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. Woo. Joke. There we go. There we go, Edda. Nope, keep that up. Keep that up still. You get behind him. You also get behind him. Oh, good enough. Mm-hmm. Boom, 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 boom.
Light,
Okay.
flame, and sound.
There's a subclass. Okay. Yeah. He's from Greyhawk. Wildermont, I think. When I make an undead warlock, I usually have them packed with Arcalis. Basically, liches that are good. There's such a thing as a good lich in D&D? Didn't realize that. Vecna was once a human king.
Spot on!
Oh, who ascended to godhood through lichdom. Yep. Sounds much more like what I'm typically used to from a lich. Power and undeath. Mm-hmm. Boom. Oh, I love the sound of those guns. When those guns sound and then an enemy drops, extremely satisfying feeling.
They shall see nothing.
Yes,
while
there
I
are
see much.
chaotic good undead now. Wow, that's interesting. There's such a thing as anything you want to do as long as the humans on board. Well, that I know. But I'm talking about canon. Jesus, seems like we're just getting obliterated right now. Partially because Durance isn't doing a damn thing.
That's it!
Jeez. Whew. No joke, no joke, no joke.
Eyes open.
The Archliches are our official D&D content, though.
Something over there.
Technically, Flan City. Are you kidding me? Durance. I hate the way mechanics is handled in this game. It's just absolutely ridiculous. There is no way I should be still be running into, like, I'm at the max level of mechanics that Durance is capable of. That looks like a bad fight. So we're gonna hold off on that for right now. First, we're gonna have Eder run across this trap, since apparently I can't do anything with it. Oh, and of course there's a bunch of people over there. Not my usual subclass for Warlock, though. I usually go with the Fathomless or the Great Old One. Ooh, what's the Great Old One?
Silence surrounds me.
That down is where we've already been. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Gotta dog it. There we go. Hold on, we got people running away. Take care, camera. Have a good one. Ooh, he's frozen. That's not cool. No, why? Everybody, focus one at a time. One at a time, please. Thank you. You'll go over here.
My mind feels
And now you. No, 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 no. You. There we go. The Great Old One is about being a warlock patroned by a very old and powerful YouTuber like PewDiePie and Total Biscuit. Well, thank you, Camera. I appreciate it. They give you mind stuff.
We'll keep to ourselves.
Penultimate ability. Let you enslave a humanoid permanently as long as they're on the same plane as you. Interesting. Bog down. It seems like this Bodrin might know how it works. If I don't know, some of the passages will help me get Benno out of the trap. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and rest here. Ooh, we can also Wilder. There we go. Alien entity that grants strange spells such as hideous laughter and dominate person. It's basically a Chulu and other similar entities.
Over there.
Well, isn't that nice? I literally just rested. Okay, yeah. Let me go over here first. You read through Chase's descriptions and say I was wrong. Nope, not claiming that. Not claiming that at all. Get back. Get me out of here. At the edge of the ritual circle, scratched into the mud, you notice 5 familiar characters, just like the ones in the note you found. Without knowing what to look for, they'd be no more than furrows in the dirt. Examine the symbols more closely. You crouch down, but you can't see anything inherently interesting about the scratches. What? Did you find something? Past the barrier, Beno watches you with rapt interest. A flicker of movement catches your attention, and you look up to see that you've gained an audience. In this dim light, the spirit is nearly invisible, a shimmer of essence that you can barely pick out against the bog. You begin to see more shapes coalescing in the fog. The first raises its hands. Wait, please. Who are you? What? Thought we went over that. You feeling all right? Bodrin called us here, but his spirit slips our grasp. We would continue our work if you would let us. It is all the purpose that remains to us. Betterment of self, the craft of virtue. This man, Benno, he's pocked through with jealousy, with petty lust. He thieves from his partner. He abandoned his child. But his essence holds the same brilliant potential of any man. And while your soul watcher is a bright and fierce thing, his is fragmented, weak. Let us mend it, shape it. How would you do that? As one might carve the rot from an apple. It is painless, freeing. He would feel himself unburdened. What do you want from me then? Give us the time to work upon him. Then we shall release him, and you may do with him as you please. Get away from him. He abandoned his child? I don't appreciate that. Do it then. You see the spell barrier ripple, and Benno looks up in excited anticipation. But you sense, too, a sudden cold weight in the air. The gathered spirits shine all the brighter, as if strengthened by your permission. They move towards Benno, and you lose sight of him beneath the whirling lights. It's strange. I've never felt better. I'm not sure what I was worried about. I'm going to see if Hurla's all right. I'll meet you by the wagon. Uh-oh. Is this going to be a problem? I hope not. The Fathomless is also an incomprehensible entity, but unlike from space, it's from the ocean or water plane or any other otherworldly sea. It could be this thing floating around in a vat of goo. Must head out. Need to catch up on another streamer. No problem, Jason. Take care. Glad you're able to make the stream. Hey, thanks for getting Benno back. He's been telling me how much of a help you were. I watched your Joy video today for Pathfinder. It was rad, but I have a question if you wouldn't mind. You mentioned you didn't like the dinosaur options in the game. Why is that exactly? Thank you. So I feel like the dinosaurs never match up to some of the other options. Like I think I mentioned before, if what you care about most is damage and crowd control, then the dog and the wolf and similar pets that automatically do bite are going to do better for you. If the what you care about most is tanking, then I feel like the leopard is going to be better for you because it can get up to 80 plus AC really very easily. And so the dinosaurs, they don't really provide anything extra that makes them of greater benefit. Like actually, when I first played this game, I used the Velociraptor. And to be honest with you, I was kind of disappointed by the Velociraptor. And it's also of a situation where, to me, the sizes are never right. I think the Velociraptor's too small, and I think the Triceratops is way too big. So that also makes me not like it as much. The Smilodon is really, really good for DPS, like especially if you use the class that does the multi-attack. But to me, pure DPS isn't as good as having trip and getting some degree of crowd control over the enemies you face. Because if they're on the ground, then they're not doing any damage towards you whatsoever. I owe him my life. He deserves the credit. Yeah, never seen him say a kind word about anyone. Guess you made an impression. You've been a huge help. Here, it's for my personal stock. Figured you deserved this. Maybe now we'll actually make this delivery. Any chance I could buy some goods off you? Of course. Consider yourself a favorite customer. Just curious if she has anything interesting. Lyra pipe of thinking. Lore giving. Oh, +2 lore and +1 perception. Interesting. We'll take these. I think I've used some of them. All right. All right, let's move on. I was abandoned as a child. Neglect, even in fiction, just makes my blood boil. Child neglect, that is. Yep, I feel pretty much feel the same way. If you tell me this guy is neglecting his child, makes me care a whole lot less about what happened to him. Can't you use a dragon as a druid pet? Not really. Not on a permanent basis. Triceratops is indeed way too big. Exactly. Bismuth isn't big enough, Sam. I need him at least as big as Discari. That's one way to look at it. That thing consistently gets through, can't consistently can't get through the door to enemies. Exactly. Yep. Yep. It's way too unmanageable. No reason for it. My favorite class and subclass has to be the Druid and the Circle of the Blighted. However, the Circle of the Blighted is a Druid that swore to protect a particular shrine or a natural site and failed. This failure corrupted their bodies and magic. Interesting. I've just never been particularly big on Druids, to be honest with you. The only Druid type character I can think of is a chick that you can romance in Baldur's Gate 2. Um, I think we're at the end of this bog finally. We're about to see. A wall of thick vines rises from the mud of the bog. They grow in unnatural twinning cords, bristling with thorns. Though there are gaps between the vines, maneuvering through will take some care and time. Go on through. As you approach the vines, they shudder and pull away from you, forming a clear path through which to cross. You pass safely, only to hear rustling behind you as the vines bar passage, curling into a tight knot of thorns and vegetation. You notice movement up ahead. A robed figure rushes forward, stumbling through the muck. He blows a single piercing tone on a signal horn. The sound carries through the bog, echoing off the cloistered trees and ruins. Beneath it, you hear an ominous rumble, and the murky water to the north begins to bubble and pitch. A slick, scaly snout crests the water's surface. It is the only warning you receive before a massive beast rises from the bog in a shower of mud and bog water. The dragon shakes vegetation from its horns, then lowers its head to set a keen eye upon you. Hold your ground. The dragon watches you disinterestedly. It stands still as if waiting. You notice a small, dark shape in the distance. You feel a sudden buffeting gust of wind from above as the shape grows. A winged silhouette descends swiftly upon the clearing. As the second dragon comes to a heavy landing, you take note of the figure atop its back. A woman with sweeping horns, garbed in flowing robes. She slides from the dragon's back in one graceful movement. I remember this now, but I also remember usually not fighting them.
I expected you'd find us eventually.
Lingrath.
I'm a little more surprised to find you're still carrying that abomination around. I imagine Consulhalt is better company without his tongue.
I had Land riding around on the Triceratops with the item that gives you a companion for free, but in the end it was too annoying due to taking up too much space. 100% agree. I did the exact same thing, but not with Land, with somebody else, but it's just not worth it. Druid at 5e is a little different. Real talk, is Bismuth bad to put on the field? He can't hit the side of a bomb, but he soaks up a couple of hits, just gets it away. How do I make him better? There is no way. You got to let that go. You got to go ahead and just deal without him. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. Or just only use them in wide open areas. Morgan in Dragon Age Origins is kind of like a druid. No, Morgan's a witch. She's not a druid. Pathfinder, every other edition of D&D. Yeah, fair enough. Makes sense. Thanks for the different response. No problem. The sizes are definitely off. I chose the Trickster Barbarian Mad Dog build for my first playthrough. Triceratops pet built as Bully. See, Bully is great for the Triceratops, and if its size was a little more manageable, that'd be a totally viable playthrough, but Nah. Nah, I can't stand it. I hate druids in Pathfinder and every other edition of D&D. Or I might appreciate the Fury in Pillars of Eternity too. You become a human storm as a Fury druid. Sell that trinket. Yeah, yeah, that's all you can do. Just sell the statue, be done with it. Who are you?
I am Lengroth,
Lord, I thought Lingraf was a man.
as was my predecessor. He too lives on in me.
She smiles.
We are all, you see, Lengroth. Lengroth knew something Consulhot did not. The brevity of life should be embraced, not feared. Each generation brings with it renewed strength and saves us from stagnation. When his time came, Lengroth was willing to let go, to leave his memories and body behind. He entrusted the gift of his life force, his vibrant spirit, to a worthy successor. Consulhot clung to his pathetic existence like a leech. And there are others like him, who would see all the world serve as kindling, if only their flame can go on burning. Consulhot's knowledge cannot outlive him.
She looks at you pointedly. That's what you were after the phylactery? To destroy it?
More than that, to ensure it could never be replicated. You yourself could easily have become the latest tool in Consulhot's efforts to thwart the wheel, and place himself beyond the reach of time. He would have used your very essence for fuel. A lesser death than you deserve, I think. But you made it out. In truth, I am glad you came. It saves me the effort of chasing you.
Wait, at least help me understand.
It's not as if you'll understand for very long, but as you wish.
Perception. I found some of your victims in the bog.
Intruders, mostly. How pleasant it would be to live in a world where nothing unfortunate ever happened to those who didn't deserve it, don't you think?
That would be dreadful.
They speak. I sent you a question in Twitter, Slandered. Okay, I probably won't see it tonight because it's pretty late, so when I get through with the stream, I'm heading to bed, but I'll respond to you tomorrow. Just finished a Wrath of the Righteous Legend run half quarterstaff master for damage and two-handed fight for the other 20. Nice. What mythic path did you choose for it? Do you possess more than Lingreth's title? What about his memories?
His memories, his awareness, those died with him. But his power remains. As a watcher, you must have seen by now that certain spirits possess more strength than others. His knowledge we secure in the usual way. It is my hope that we will someday spread Lengroth's teachings beyond our numbers.
Your books are too small to read. Better to learn it in song.
Song?
No singing.
How did you become Lingreth?
A great deal of study, and a little magic. Once a suitable candidate has been selected, their predecessor gives up his life and essence, and the soul is transferred. I studied for many years, and was selected. But at any step, I might have turned away, buried myself in common living. My choice was to stay.
You don't find that unnatural?
Not at all. The energy of souls is a natural force all around us. Every being leaves traces of their passing, even as their essence finds root in new soil.
Oh, yeah, sorry, that makes sense, Fury. Sorry, I did pick up that you were saying 2020. Cool.
We accept that the cycle exists, and that death will come. It is what we leave behind that matters. A life bettered by our efforts.
Were you and Consulhot always enemies?
No, not at all. Oh, he and the original Lengroth were distantly aware of each other, I'm sure, being masters in their field. I learned of his obsessions too late. Perhaps if we'd been on better terms, I could have convinced him to reconsider. Too late in any case.
Why are you out here?
Why? Because it's quiet, out of the way. The local wildlife keeps out the rabble.
She laughs.
I've never minded being out in the open air. But some of the apprentices found it difficult at first. But a bright young mind that can't survive contact with blood and dirt will fare very poorly in this world.
I'll keep going with it and make a mirror build with another pet to try them both, maybe. Sure, why not? Absolutely. Pathfinder is all about experimentation. That's all I wondered about.
A curious mind is a gift. Perhaps your soul will retain that quality.
Why is the phylactery so dangerous?
Think on it. You must have seen how desperately Kith cling to their lives. What measures they're willing to take to ensure theirs is the consciousness that lingers longest. The phylactery was to be Consulholt's great triumph over death. All the evil that Kith have done in search of falsehoods would pale in the face of what they will do for the truth.
I'm not sure everyone's as willing as Council Hop was to carve up their own skulls.
It only takes one.
Council Hall and I weren't exactly friends.
And for killing him, at least, I do thank you. But you should not have interfered. Commander Ballerin would have brought me the phylactery. All of this could have been avoided.
Why hire the torn bannermen anyway?
Discretion. It would hardly have been ideal to fly in atop Gavanerkos and get the attention of every dragon hunter in the region. I'd heard the bannermen were competent. It turns out that you're more competent.
How is it you are working with such creatures?
These two? They're quite young, but already appallingly bright. There's no greater aim than to leave behind a lasting legacy, to teach those who will learn.
I agree, Gertrude. I think I've never thought about it before, but when you said it, phylactery is a pretty awesome word.
Lengroth's teachings are interesting. We will strengthen our souls as they do. Morgeth Inn will be our home for eons.
So they both speak. Yikes. What if I just give you the phylactery?
We could simply take it from you. After.
You don't want to fight me.
To the contrary. I would relish the challenge. Let's match horns, you and I. There could be no worthier contest. We could simply take it from you. After.
I'm just trying to keep things civil.
Yes. It feels a little macabre for my tastes, like the Stelgar with a hair.
Intelligence. I believe we have much to teach one another.
I'm listening.
You're right. I'm a watcher. There must be something I can teach you.
Careful. Your gift is not something to barter away. Consulhot wanted your soul very badly.
I've discovered much about the Ingwithans. I can share that knowledge.
I begin to see why Consulhot was so interested. That's not a comfortable sentiment. But perhaps there is a way. A pact, if you will. If you truly mean to keep the secret of the phylactery to yourself, we can seal the oath with an exchange. A small transfer of soul essence. I would possess a glimpse of your abilities, and you a taste of Lengroth's wisdom.
I accept.
Good. Then come closer, and we'll see it done.
I don't consider Lingrath to be an enemy, so I don't like the idea of just killing her here. As Lingrath's hands draw away from your face, you feel a distant loss. You suspect you've forgotten something, but you can't remember what or why you should care. There are other memories in its place, not images or events, but a well of information gleaned over decades, waiting to be recounted. In that moment of discovery, you feel invigorated, powerful.
Are you different?
Gavanerkos peers down at you.
He smells different.
Turosulfus sniffs the air.
There. It is done.
Lengrath appears unchanged, apart from her pleased smile.
I hope much good comes from our alliance. To that end, a parting gift.
My 2 cents. You you don't have patience for all this, huh? You would have just went on ahead and wasted her.
Go in peace, my friend. May the spirit of Lengroth guide you.
Stronghold gains 5 security. Not bad. Slandered was granted mental prowess. +1 perception, +1 intellect, +1 resolve. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, I'll take it. I murdered her even as a good character. But she shows up in Pillars 2, right? So I feel like that's even better reason to keep her around because she has a part to play in part 2. I don't remember it being a particularly huge one, mind you. Excellent. All right. Well, that was relatively painless. Just took some time. Hopefully, this is the last of the bounties we need to turn in. Awaken, what's going on, man? You missed the cave dragon. I went on ahead and wasted them, and I was able to do it on the first try. I didn't do White March, but my first character was a pith-helmeted hunter of beast with a musket. Definitely would have blasted her away. You all are so wrong. I'm going to let Lingraf live. I feel like she's one of the good wizards. Also, you learned the truth that she is no different from Console Hawk. What does that mean? In what way is she no different? The red water will trouble you anyone anymore. I'll tell our farmers they can sleep soundly. Here's the reward as promised. Brynlod has been taken care of. I'll be damned. I didn't think you had it in you. I'll let the fangs know. Here's a reward as promised. Bam. And Bleak Oath. Oh, that's right. Gotta go back to the bar. You serious? Oh, here we go. And a sign. You go back here. Yep. And find out. Nah, I'm not gonna kill her. Not gonna kill her. It doesn't sit right with me. Based on what I know, it doesn't sit right on my spirit. So I guess she duped me. Daneski, just the base game ending the goal now, right? Yep. So I'm gonna turn in this quest, go back to our home, and drop down in this well. Probably not going to finish it tonight, though. I am getting tired. I found the Bleak Walkers. You did? What happened? I dealt with the Bleak Walkers. Hattie and Elwina were killed, but Eska is alive. Gods, Hattie, but Eska lives? You saved him? Then for that I owe you everything. I can't ever make any of it right, but I'll try. Here, take this, and thank you for sparing me a final stain upon my soul. All right. What's this about? Taxes. How far are you in this game right now? This is the first time I've watched your run and I've not played Pillars 2. I am about to start the very last quest that completely ends the game. So, I basically finished all of it. But all of the playthrough is on VOD. So, I have a playlist called Live. You can see the entire run if you're interested in that. And we will be playing Pillars of Eternity 2, so you'll be able to see that as well. All right. Deerwood. Let's go back to home base. Just like you killing the eyeless didn't sit with me, but that's your playthrough. I was a super high intelligence wizard, so I was always doing my best to be a detective. If Abaddon could actually be resurrected and can be brought to his full self, I would do that.
I must say, I'm
here.
impressed.
Although my patrols intervene. But since that's not possible, that's the only reason I treated them like that, because I'm like, it basically doesn't matter either way as far as I can tell. I bought this game years ago. It still looks nice. That is true. Yes, it's a very nice looking game. Absolutely. And I love the art style of it. and the music is fantastic. Wish they did more with the party members though. The party members are very nice and they're very distinctive, but there's no romance and the quests are kind of limited. So that part could be better, but otherwise, yeah, it's really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Mm-hmm. All right. So now we're gonna rest here so that we could be at peak strength for the end. I mean, the end should be a cakewalk compared to everything else we've been doing. So it's not like I'm really worried about it. Games industry just keeps increasing by leaps and bounds. Absolutely. I do not understand Cypher. What do you mean? What do you not understand about Cypher? Boom, 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 boom. Pillars 2, you get a boat. That's all I know. Yep. You could basically be a pirate on the seas if you want to. But actually, I misspoke. The end begins. We will not be heading straight into Pillars of Eternity 2. I am playing Pentiment first. So we're going to... Oop, nope. Gotta rest. We're going to play Pentiment. Then we will play Pillars of Eternity 2. All right. Now, you... Burial Owl. Yep. Not being able to robot Zawa. No, grieving mother. Thank you very much. Oh, man. In fact, I'm probably going to do at a ranking of all the party members in the game, and Zawa's going to be all the way at the bottom of the list. All the way at the bottom. Well, I'm playing Pentiment 2. Cool. I just started last night. Awesome. Seems like a couple of other people on my channel started as well, so that's really nice. We'll all be playing through it together. I'll see if I can give you all a unique enough experience watching me play it compared to just being able to play it on your own. All right. It's too big to understand he's being romanced. I agree. A great pit lies in the shadow of the statue of Wodoka. No light from the surface reaches the bottom, but even so, you catch flickers of a ghostly glow in the depths. A wind from the pit buffets you. It isn't cold, but it raises goose flesh along your arms. The wind carries a whisper, low and sibilant. As you look into the pit, souls gather around you. They encase you in a cloud of essence that swirls around your body while you consider your next move. Jump into the pit. You jump, trusting in the promises of the gods and the power of the souls to bear you safely down. The sudden drop takes your breath away, but the souls catch you, encasing you in a shining, thrumming aura. But while they slow your descent, you can still feel that you are falling faster than you should. The essence flowing around you is strong but chaotic. You find yourself drifting toward the wall. Palagina falls with you for a moment, but seems oddly buoyant during her slow descent, feathers fluttering silently along her arms and the sides of her face. Suddenly, her golden eyes grow wide and she shouts out, "Look out, Slandered, the wall!" Reach for your companion. You reach out and feel a hand, strong and sure, wrap around your forearm. It tugs you away from the wall just as you feel your toe graze something. You manage to spread your arms and legs into an X. Steadying your position and the rate of your descent, you start to feel more comfortable until you notice that Durance is still falling too fast. Durance plummets, flailing and out of control. You could attempt to rescue, but the ground is approaching fast. It will take a feat of speed and agility to avoid injury. Dive for your companion. The ground is rising fast. You're not quite fast enough. You snatch endurance out of freestyle, but you're unable to regain control of your own momentum and time. You take the brunt of the impact, landing hard against the millennia-old stones of the Court of Penitence. Your part is considered high level for the content in Act 4. No, we're fine. Standard. I don't need to go this out. Yeah, I was really surprised by it in a good way by Pentiment. Haven't played a good adventure game in a while. Interesting. Okay. Neither have I, actually, so I'm looking forward to it. Looking at it makes me really miss King's Quest.
Your rapid descent comes to an abrupt end. You remain still for a moment while your heart settles and your eyes adjust, breathing in stale, forgotten air. Before you, a narrow and eroded walkway becomes faintly visible in the dim light, cutting a winding path through a cavern so expansive it seems a world unto itself. In the distance, you can make out the cold gleam of living Adra veins that spike and fork in and out of view from the murky depths beneath. Their glow a faint and fleeting guide along the ancient trail. You look above at the opening you jumped through, now barely a speck of light like some distant star alone in the cosmos and forever out of reach. Your only way lies ahead.
Love the music in this game.
Well, that went better than I expected. Everyone all right? No shattered knees? Good. Just me, then.
This place is cursed.
Yeah, we're gonna uncurse it, no problem. Yeah, them old point and clicks got something special on them, absolutely. Hey, traps Durance can actually deal with. You love to see it. I don't think I even need to sneak around, to be frank. Damage. Mm-hmm. There we go. Got that, got that, got that, got that.
Certainly.
And the pillar tugs at your essence. A pulse from the world itself moves through it. What is the map looking like? Oh, okay, so this isn't a crazy large place. Mm-hmm.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And there we go. And there we go. Vomiting on noble ladies while in drunk is just good practice as far as I'm concerned. The ancient Adra still bears the impression of the thousand souls broken upon it. Your soul burns with remembered suffering. Oof. Whoa. Oh, trap disarmed. Okay, fine. Hey, braces of deflection. Well. One of my party members probably needs that, but we're at the end of the game, so we're not going to worry about it. All right. That's all done. Excellent. We'll go on the other side. One more. Kill him with fire. There we go. Toonday. And that, there
Certainly.
we go. And there we go. Oh, did we do that already? We did, right? Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Now we make our way back around to the staircase. Ooh. I appreciate y'all all crowding around like this. Oh, what are they immune to? I saw a whole bunch of immune. Are they immune to crush damage? Is that what it is? Shouldn't be. Yeah, okay. That seemed to work. So a whole bunch of immunities go up. That was not cool.
Certainly.
Can't go anywhere there. Can't go there.
A simple test, that's settled.
Hey. Okay. Now this brings us back into the
I'm ready.
here we go.
Certainly.
Whoa. A column of Adra rises above you, stoic and silent. Its ridge layers a measuring stick for the passing of ages. It feels to you as a thick block of ice, and you perceive buried deep in its core a dim, flickering flame, all but extinguished, yet preserved against the ravages of the elements. As you approach, the flame seems to steady and draw strength, and the layers separating it from you melt away, and you are bathed in its glow, a bright beacon in the gloom. The glow seems to fade as though you had adjusted to its intensity, and where it was, Ayavara seeps into existence, Edolic shade hovering above the moist prison floor. Though ageless, she appears somehow different to you now, a slight stoop to her carriage, perhaps, or a trace of sunkenness in her eyes. There's a broad scar across her face, fibrous and wormy, where flames once lapped, unhealed even in death.
Hello, brother. It has truly been ages. You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here?
The Dwarf Range is a companion I would put at the bottom of my list. The same kind of futile personal quest, but less interesting than Zawa. There's a legitimate perspective, yeah. She's definitely somewhere towards the bottom as well. Oh, Circle of Blood. You get a blood elemental, a circle of mutation, close to the circle of blighted. Circle of mutation is all about warping the animal life around you. Other druids don't appreciate them. Sounds like it's right up your alley. I'm here to free you.
A gallant gesture, if a bit misguided. And yet I suspect there is more to this than you have said. I can only guess your presence here has something to do with Theos. The energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice.
Theos diverted them from the cycle. He seeks to empower Wodokan to blame Animancy for the damage he's caused.
After all this time, he would still stand against the tide.
You knew me when Theos did. There's something I need to know about that time.
I will tell you what I remember.
There's something about that lifetime my soul can't let go of. I need to know what it is, and I'm running out of time. I see moments from that life, of you, of the Inquisition, of Theos.
I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. We spoke of him the last time you were here also. It was just after the trial. You were agitated. think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true.
And what was that? Iovara's mouth tightens and her brow furrows a look of pity. Her eyes shift back and forth between each of yours, as if looking for something that would help her decide whether to speak.
That the gods aren't real.
Palagina throws her head back and laughs gleefully. Of course not. It all makes sense now.
Huh. I dreaded the idea from the moment the Delimgon suggested it. And yet, it almost feels like a relief. She's not serious.
Perhaps not to her. Many are those whom the gods have scorned. This is petty retribution.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
Who created these gods, and for what?
They were conceived by Engwith, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Theos' people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it. After a few wars of their own, the Engwithans sought an end to it. They devoted all their energy to finding the true creators. Generation after generation, they prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. Except the answer was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. Or if there ever were, they were gone. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? But they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. And with their mastery, they crafted their own gods to fill the void, and sent missionaries to the corners of the world to spread their faith.
This is why you started your own faith?
I never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call it that. Let the world see. Let them decide what to do. That was my faith. I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed, that I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks. In time, their following became mine.
How did you discover this?
The Engwithan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them. And in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be.
Later on, after I left the order, a few Engwithans found my words persuasive and joined my cause. They revealed what I did not already know. Is it true, what you taught?
You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Theos directs these souls, you will see for yourself, as you once did. Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own.
Iovara scans her audience in silence, her eyes thoughtful, lingering on each member of your company in turn, finding interest in things unseen.
What if all the tragedy, all the persecution, came in defense of an imposter?
But that's not... That can't be right. Aethys, he's done miracles for people.
The power of the gods is undeniable. The truth of the story they weave is not. What if it were forbidden knowledge rather than fault that earned your doom? What of your guilt?
I have seen with my own eyes the deceptions of my goddess. The Watcher has shown me as much. But it was not until now that I understood how truly desperate she was. The depths of her deception.
You speak of her deceptions, but what of your own? Was it her words that led you down your path? Or was it the absence of her words? A gap that you filled with your own broken thoughts.
Beads of sweat coalesced on Durrance's forehead and trickled down the sides of his face in streaming rivulets, as though he were a block of ice standing before a great pyre.
What if you had always been alone, without guidance?
Well, as poorly as I've chosen my guides, I suppose it would be a comfort to know that I'm free of them.
The freedom has always been. It was the guidance that was the illusion. What if even mastery over all things cannot answer the most basic of questions?
I stopped asking those questions long ago. It is enough to care for those we love with the time we have in this life.
What if the cycle of birth and death is nothing more than a tool of endless preoccupation?
The grieving mother returns Iovora's gaze, nodding her head almost imperceptibly. For a moment, all is silent. Iovoras nods back, seemingly moved by some unspoken understanding. You feel the weight of Iovora's translucent eyes upon your soul. What if we can be assured of nothing? Then the only value is in the things we create ourselves.
Verus, we find purpose in ourselves and in the people in our lives.
And in the lives we create, is this not the essence of motherhood? To create, cherish, nurture, to give of yourself for the sake of another.
There is bliss to be found in the things we create, but sorrow as well. Every creation bears the imperfections of its creator, and its creator's creator. Art and song are creations, but so are weapons and lies. We must be careful that our creations do not consume us. I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple, but somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful, not even a god could conceive it. Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it?
We do. Even without assurances, there is still truth.
If that is truly what you believe, then you are a far different person than the one I knew. I've been alone here with my thoughts for so long now. I've found peace with my failures, and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have been. But there is one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind all these years. One thing that will not be put to rest until I know. Until I understand.
For the first time, hints of doubt trace her serene visage.
I need to know why you chose to remain with the Inquisition, even after you'd learned the truth. Do you remember?
As she asks, the memory springs to your mind immediately, as though it had just happened. How good are blood elementals? Oh, that's a 3 question. Gamer stuff, what's going on? How are you? Glad you're ready to make the stream. Artisan, how are you? What's going on? I wanted to please the gods.
So you never doubted, despite everything I'd told you? Or perhaps you accepted what I told you, but wanted to please them anyway. Either way is better.
Then what? I needed to know it wasn't because, after everything you'd learned, you still rather believe in a lie. If that is the conclusion people reach once they know everything, then my purpose has been a mistake. Did my opinion matter so much to you?
I've always looked up to you, since we were children.
Gamer, this is the end of the game. I'm not going to get quite to the end because once this conversation finishes, I'm actually going to stop the stream. I've been streaming for about what? It's been almost been 4 hours, so I'm tired as hell. But the next stream that we have, this will be the true end of our Pillars of Eternity run. I'm looking forward to it. Ooh, if you choose different options in the memory segments, you could tell her you loved her. Ooh, that's awesome.
You had heard both sides, seen everything. If not you, then who?
You're never going to be able to convince everyone of anything, true or not. There will always be dissent.
I expected dissent, but I needed to know that true faith would prevail. Perhaps I've been wrong to place so much importance on one person's actions. It was all I could do to feel like there was an answer. Even knowing what you've told me, some part of me knows it doesn't truly answer what I wished to know, nor will an eternity of silent contemplation. I will have only my guesses and suspicions, and that will have to do.
Wow, Boss Page. All right, I'm definitely going to look that up online and find that exchange. That's pretty cool.
And what of your understanding of our past? Are you at ease with the choice you made?
I see the world differently now than I once did. I regret what I did to you and wish your forgiveness.
I have always forgiven you. Whatever your reason, no quarrel of ideas can sever ties of blood and essence. No parting of ways can erase memories of times without worry. Times when even without gods, we were never truly alone.
Gamer stuff. I would stay up if I didn't have to work the next day, but no. When I have to work, I keep these streams to 3-4 hours max.
At first I thought this might be the source of your soul's anguish, but now I see I was mistaken. You are not divided on this matter. You have put it behind you. It is with Theos that your agony lies, in sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it may be that only an answer from the mouth of Theos himself will satisfy your needs. Yet if there is anything I can tell you that would be of use, ask and you shall know.
Yeah, I agree, Boss Page. It would be really nice if you were able to save her. Are you bound here until the end of time?
In a matter of speaking. This is Braeth Yamen, the court of the penitents. Souls are confined here until they repent. They must beg the forgiveness of a god, pledge their soul to them, and they will be lifted from this place to the world above. In truth, they receive leniency, but not true mercy. The spite of Woodica is eternal. They linger above, at the side of the old court, and are not permitted to leave the island, forever severed from the cycle. This prison was full once in the days of the Inquisition, but time weathers all things, even will. I'm the only tenant who remains. Yet, I feel their presence strongly now, as it was in the beginning. You have brought many of them here. They cry out for the judgment of Theos. You have struck some bargain with the gods, then.
The other gods aid me because they want Theos destroyed. I owe them no debt.
They aid you because they would bend you to their own purposes. Engwith built gods from ideals, and an ideal on its own is a grotesque and vicious thing.
So you're about to be knocked out as well.
But these souls, these forgiven the gods have bequeathed you like chattel. They were loyal followers in life. They will be with you to the very end.
Why don't you repent? You could be free of this place.
Last time someone asked me that, I was bound to an iron wheel with a broken spine. There are many things I've come to doubt about the choices I made in life. But that trial was my one moment of certainty. Even without a chorus of gods to tell me I had been right. The gods need to be reminded that we have a spirit, and that spirit is proof against their power. They have the power to manipulate and confuse and ruin us, but not to change our will. I will remain here until the world crumbles and fades from existence, with joy in my heart, knowing I've shown them what they truly are.
This place, Sun and Shadow, what is it? I could tell you what I believe, but again, it would be no proof. I have only what I have seen and what others have told me about it. There's only one man who can tell you now, who knows it to a certainty, and you shall face him soon enough. I will leave you to see it for yourself. Make your own judgments. Better for your soul that way, I think. How is it you speak, Adarin? I speak no language now but the wordless expressions of the Spirit. It is through my connection to you that I am able to draw upon your words and form them as my own. Do you know what it is I need from Theos?
I could not say for sure. But you have been to Sun and Shadow before, and it came at a crossroads in your life, when much of what you knew had been upended. I have to believe it will come to you there. Your concerns then were of loyalty and trust and the gods. Everything I told you seemed to send you further into doubt.
Gamer, just an FYI, this is Pillars of Eternity, not Pillars of Eternity 2. So we're going to be playing this, then we're going to start playing Pentiment, and then we'll get into Pillars of Eternity 2. I do plan to do a playthrough of that game as well.
His words mattered to you when you knew him then. After you and I spoke, you went immediately to seek him out. Perhaps you simply sought confirmation from the man you trusted. If something from that time still troubles you, it may be something he told you then, or refused to tell you. He keeps secrets better than any in this world.
Damas, hey, you would have definitely been one of our followers, huh? Why has Theos done all this?
He cares only for the secret he keeps locked away. He destroys anyone who might discover it, no matter their chances. That's why he's always favored Woodica. It isn't in her love of promises or justice. It's her disregard for the rules. Her willingness to do what is necessary. To Theos, she's not a deity, but an ally with which to conspire. When her power waxes, she does as she pleases with this realm, as well as hers. And she wants that secret guarded as much as he.
Nope, gamer. It's the first one. Jason, I'm definitely going to use the bubble mod that makes you able to use your buffs. Makes you able to apply them much easier. Beyond that, I'm not sure what other mods I'm going to use. I'm going to have to look it up.
If Theos succeeds, there will be a shift in the balance of power among the gods. Woodica was vanquished once, when the other gods decided she had gone too far, and her power diminished. With this infusion, there is no telling what she will do. The only certainty is that there will be chaos in their realm, as well as ours.
How can I get Theos to tell me what I need to know?
You will not find a more resolute being on all of Aeora. There is no offer you could make, nor spell you could cast, nor pain you could inflict that would make him reveal what he hides. But I see you have become a watcher in this life. Perhaps in defeat, when he can no longer defend himself, you might learn something from him.
It's time for me to go.
Theos will not wait for you. If you do not catch up to him now, you may never find him again.
The gods have given me the souls of their forgiven. If you repent, you could join with them. Help me strike the final blow against Theos.
If I repent, all I have done has meant nothing.
Then I will waste no more time. Farewell, Iavara.
It is a cruel fate to wait all this time to be reunited with my only brother, only to be forced to part soon after. But then, what is life but a series of brief encounters with those we love? If ever we should meet again, in this life or any other, I hope to find you at peace.
Whew, rough. Rough. Pillar tugs at your essence. Money, that would be useless. Oh yeah, I definitely plan to play DOS 2 as well. Definitely plan on the DOS 2 playthrough. No doubt about it. I don't think I'm gonna do DOS 1 though.
Oh, what the fuck has shown us?
But DOS 2 definitely. Wilder. I'm gonna go Wilder, sure. Quick save. Hey, look at that.
So, it's true. The gods are a sham that people have followed for thousands of years.
Sun and Shadow. Okay. Oh, wait. We got people who need to speak with. All right, well, we will have to do that next time. I am dead tired at this point. But hopefully you all have had a good time and enjoyed the streaming session. It has almost been 4 hours. And I have to get up in the morning and go to work. Come on. Give me the save option. Thank you. Good Lord. I think it's because I have so many saves. I think the game just takes forever now to give me the option to go ahead and save the way I'm supposed to. But that is it for tonight. Hope all of you have an absolutely fantastic evening. Hope all of you get some rest. For those of you who are in evening time, and if you're in morning time, I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day at work. I will try to stream tomorrow night, but you all know how that goes. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. But I really want to get through this game as soon as possible so that we can go ahead